Mm.
Right. Okay. And change this to. Right. Okay. No. There you go. Okay, good to go again. Okay, better, more stable. More stable.
Good.
Okay. So has everybody checked their units and everything's in the right places and stuff like that? There's nothing falling over or anything that needs to be in different areas?
Pretty sure everything's
Looks
alright.
good. I think so.
Yeah, from what I remember, but there's nothing glaring.
Right, okay. So it is
It's me.
it is. It's
Russia.
So Russia, do you want to have a powwow quickly or do you want to sort of
Yeah, we will have that now, yeah. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So
Here we go. Sweaty palm time.
yeah, so you've got how many infantry have you got in Moscow?
5 in Moscow.
You've got 12, 24, 25
Yeah, 25.
plus
6 artillery.
6 artillery, anti-aircraft guns, a fighter.
Yep.
Right. So we basically know that some of this is going into a lot of this going into Smolensk.
Mm-hmm.
To sort of
And
back
Bryansk.
up and Bryansk. You can maybe put a couple some guys into
Tambov. Yeah.
Tambov. One guy maybe, or I don't know, 1 or 2 into Samara, so he can't just.
Yeah, I was thinking if I put some artillery in Samara and Vologda, as well as a couple of extra infantry, that means I can actually fight these Japanese forces.
Yeah,
back.
you'll need to put somebody in Archangel, so you might need that guy from Volgograd into
He's gonna go
Archangel,
across.
and then some of those guys up. Now, there's basically the attack. I have got 2 options here. I can move the 2 tanks that I've got in Turkestan. This is very dependent on you. Let's see, I can move a tank from Sakang, and it can either these 2 tanks here can either attack into the Caucasus with this tank as well. So all those 3 plus these 3, so that's 6 plus this, and I could probably win the Caucasus fight. But that leaves me with 5 tanks coming down. Granted, I do have these as reinforcements coming up as well.
Mm-hmm.
I could attack, depending on how much damage you do with these 2 guys and that guy and that fighter.
Yeah.
Which is maybe 1 tank, maybe 2 tanks. I could potentially use 1, 2, 3 and my fighter to try and take out the rest, but he will, if I don't take out Caucasus, he'll just take it back again.
Yeah.
With very easy with the things, and I won't have the extra tanks to take him out. So that's the problem. So it might be best that I just attack him in the Caucasus, and you basically leave these guys. And you could maybe this one here, this mechanized infantry 1, 2. You could. I'm just thinking, could you attack that? So with these 2, you could attack that.
I could, yeah.
Now
But then he's got an open.
He's going to blitz in. Now, that being said, he could blitz in, but I'll take the Caucasus. He doesn't want to move too much out of there. I could put some infantry, my mobile infantry, in there.
Yeah.
With these guys, so he can't blitz through. But you could go 1, 2. You could take that with your fighter. Instead of doing that, you could take the Japanese out. I
could use this guy as well, actually.
Yeah, you could use that guy as well. But the thing is, we also need somebody in the Archangel, so he's going to have to go in the Archangel.
I can push a guy out from here.
Yeah, but that's 1 less for this attack. That's potentially
that's true.
That's 1 less. You also got to bear in mind, basically, when you move stuff over here, depending on how much you move over here, it's going to affect what he does here. So if you say you move 10 guys here, he is potentially going to attack with everything into there and leave that, which means the next turn, he's going to go into there. Now, granted,
well, if he does go for Smolensk, thinking push to Moscow, then anything that's left down here, I'll just put back in on my next turn. You know what I mean? So it will be a tougher nut to crack again. So
okay,
because he doesn't have the power to kill everything. Not down here anyway.
And to be honest, if I'm pushing up here,
he won't want to do that.
And it's hopefully going to sort of kind of pin him down here, and then hopefully Stuart will be able to move some stuff over there. This attack in Norway,
6 guys.
You're not going to win. He's got 4 infantry, a tank, and a fighter. You're not going to win.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the value of just, I don't know, falling back.
The thing, if you fall back, he's going to take it with nothing.
Yeah,
these 4 guys here could be used for something else, but I'm trying to think what we could use. So he can only move 2 spaces from where they are. 1, 2, 1, 2. So my infantry could just go back to where it is. I guess if it's up to Stuart if he wants to use it for attacking fronts. But
the transport in, I'm thinking to go and take Gibraltar this turn.
Yeah, so
I can load up that infantry and the artillery, go take Gibraltar down there.
Yeah. Now I was debating using my 2 planes to sort of attack his cruisers, and I thought I had 3 to be honest, but obviously I've got 2, so 2 there.
The only problem is that he'll pretty much take. Oh no, he can't attack across the strait, can he? He'll need a transport.
Yeah, need a transport.
So yeah, if you can kill the transport
and the cruiser, now and I could land in Algeria, or I think Tunisia.
Yeah, because if he's got no
or
transport,
if you take Gibraltar, I could land in Gibraltar.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd land in Gibraltar.
What's a mechanized defense 2?
Yeah,
my
2
2s against his 2.
Yeah. You've got a sub up here. The thing is, it's a risk. The Norway thing's a risk. If we pull it off, so if you attack it and you lose guys, but we knock out enough for me to use my 2 fighters, I would have to use depending on what you kill, would depend on if I use my fighters or not to attack back. So if you kill 3 infantry and leave a tank and a fighter, I could maybe do it with my infantry. But if you lose, everything, and he only loses like 1 guy, 2 guys, then I'm probably going to have to bump in my fighters as well. I think I would take it, but that means I couldn't take out his transport.
Or the German one, or
the one down, the Italian one down here.
Well, that's probably a better option.
Yeah.
I don't know whether they're just more useful just there.
The only issue with them being here is that he's going to transport stuff across, and that's going to build up in Norway. So you're basically going to have, he's going to just gradually move stuff across there each turn.
Yeah.
Now, he's got 4 infantry there, a tank. He'll move an infantry and a mechanized infantry into Norway next turn. And I can't attack his thing because he's got too many fighters there. I don't have enough to sort of deal with it and stuff yet.
Yeah.
We can't get into Denmark now. And he'll just move these 2 infantry up. I guess if he starts moving infantry... How many infantry does he have there, actually? 1... He's got 3, 4... And two fighters and a tank. We could take Western Germany, potentially. 1 minute. 1, 2... With fighters. 4 infantry and 2 fighters versus 4 infantry and 2 fighters and a tank. Nah, that's not gonna work.
We get back to Russia. I'm just conscious because we're talking about America.
Yeah. Sorry. Well, basically, the Norway attack is a risk, but it reduces him by 8 if we take it.
Yeah.
So it's up. If you lose these guys, what do you think, Stuart? What do you reckon? He's got what? How many
guys?
You've got 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 6. Yeah, 6. 6 guys against 5. Is it? 6 against 5. You're on 1s.
Yes, yeah, I really don't like attacking with infantry.
Yeah,
unless you've got artillery, it seems like.
It's a 1 in 6 chance to get a kill.
Yeah. I might get 1 or 2 before he wipes me out.
Yeah. The difference between a sixth and a third is a lot.
So we're just leaving it then? We're leaving Norway?
I mean, at the minute, I don't think we've got stuff in the area. Because the tank kind of ruins it for us in the plane. Because he can soak up damage and we can't.
If I do and they all die, then he takes Finland next turn. Really
all right, we'll use my infantry for
he'll just immediately bring over 2 tanks in his transport.
Yeah, and I lose 5 IPC straight away once Finland's gone.
Yeah,
so I think that's just draining resources really.
Yeah. All right, I'll use my infantry to sort of back up an invasion of fronts then. All right, okay, that's fine.
So in Smolensk, 10 infantry. The artillery. I don't know if I need the artillery as well.
The thing is, you want to maybe use the artillery. So he's got 2 artillery and an anti-aircraft gun in Brask.
Yeah.
So maybe use
6 plus the artillery.
6 plus the 2 artillery. Maybe put your anti-aircraft guns into Smolensk. Maybe put 15 into Smolensk. I don't know, because are we going to try and hold him down in Tombow?
Well, yeah, I would like to have some forces in there just so that he can't stroll in, you know.
So 10 in there, 5 in there, 5 in there, 6 in there, 2 artillery, 6, 7, 8 in there.
I want to go this way as well.
Oh yeah, you've got that.
Off these guys, so probably maybe 2 infantry and an artillery that way.
Yep.
He's going to go across there in the movement, and then.
Are you going to use that plate? Are you going to attack Novosibirsk with these two? With these here?
I think that's a good idea. Well, because I can blitz from Turkmenistan, can't I?
1, 2.
So 2 plus a plane fighter. I should do it against infantry and artillery.
Yeah, it means you don't have to put as much. You don't have to. Okay. And then you've put your infantry across there, haven't you? Purchases wise, 3 tanks in Novigrad.
Yeah, I've bought 3 tanks and 5 infantry.
Okay, and then the rest of infantry in Moscow.
The rest of the infantry will go back in Moscow. Yeah. 3 tanks in Novgorod.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. All right. Awesome.
Cool.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be nasty.
Take an ice and get them alright.
Yeah. Okay. So I've already done the purchasing. So attacking moves. This chap is going up here. This chap in here. And this chap in here. And these guys. These guys. God damn it.
God damn it.
That's all the combat moves, isn't it?
The
rest is just going to be normal movements.
Yes. Well, you might as well. Are you gonna? What are you gonna put?
The artillery in here.
Yeah.
Not all of it though. Not used to actually moving stuff because, you know, I don't actually ever attack anyone. So, okay. Cool. Let me get this board up.
What was I gonna say? That 5 there maybe move that into Bryansk as well. Could I just jump into the Axis chat for me, from the Allies chat for me a minute?
Sorry, go ahead. I was just doing my.
If we put more into Bryansk, it puts threat on the Ukraine.
Yeah, I mean, for now, I can dump everything in there because.
Yeah, because basically, even if he takes Tambov, if you need to, you can push stuff back. But it also puts threat into Ukraine, and
Wait. Oh, wait. Can't. Oh, yeah. I'm not got infantry, so we can't go through Tambov into Russia, can he?
no.
No, so Tombow. So I could leave Tombow because I was going to move these guys into.
Yeah,
Tambov
you could maybe
and
put
not that,
maybe put a single guy in Tambov,
Yeah,
another
so
single guy in Tambov. Put those guys in the artillery into Bryansk. He's Samara. Now Samara, he could blitz. Oh, wait a minute.
The rules on a blitz?
You can blitz up that
yeah,
way,
so you need a guy. You need a guy.
Samara into Russia,
Yeah, so you need a guy in Samara. So
he needs
he
to
has
go
to do
in
like
there.
a non-combat move. There,
yeah, you need a non-combat move there, so he can't blitz through.
Why is there?
He-
Oh right, yeah.
Archangel, he's going to go across after.
Yeah.
So Vologda, I don't want to leave empty though because Marston can just move in here. So
so put maybe one guy into Samara, put another guy in Volodka.
Yeah. So that leaves me with 5 guys that I could shove down into Bryansk.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Hang on then.
Let's go into the big other shot then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Just copy this guy. Okie doke.
Bloop.
Okay, cool. Oh, he fell over. They're all drunk.
Give me your keys, you're drunk. That artillery piece, are you bringing that down with you? Are you leaving it?
No, I'm leaving that.
Okay.
Yeah, just that one guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. We do first Novosibirsk against the Japanese.
I need to do the board thing.
Oh, hang on. No, it's fine. Okay, yeah, board. What is it to get? Numbers. So what have I got? Is it 2 1s, mech infantry?
But you've got 2 1s and a 3.
Yeah. Okay.
And Marsden's got 2 2s.
Yes.
Is he taking himself off? Hello?
Talking to me.
Oh yeah, you've got 2
Yeah.
2s.
Yeah.
You're talking to me.
Talking to me.
Went to the,
Talking to me.
Talking to me. 2 2s.
Come on. Come
I don't
on.
think it's strange that there isn't a retreat option in this game.
1. Yeah, so you lose 1. Marsden's on. I'm assuming you're going to take the infantry off.
Doesn't really make any.
Oh yeah, they're both 2s. Yeah, I suppose they are.
Both 2s.
Yeah.
But yeah, take the infantry off because that's cheaper.
Okie doke.
Round 2.
Fight. That's alright.
Oh,
Yes.
They didn't roll.
Nope.
It begins.
It begins.
Come on.
You know what time it is.
Get rid of the 3.
Okay.
That wasn't. They didn't roll.
Oh, they just-
No, they just spun then. That wasn't fair.
Rubbish.
Okay, try again.
Mash the R repeatedly.
1 1. Oh, it's gonna have to be the plane.
Close.
It's gonna have
We
to.
can't take it because it's the plane left, unless he
No, we have to take the plane. He has to take the plane off.
takes the plane off.
Well,
Why do you have to take the plane off?
Because he can't. The plane can't
yeah,
take the
plane
area
has to
without.
land.
Well, that depends
But-
on whether he wants the IPC or not.
I was going to say I can just leave it. Like,
Yeah, you could leave it, and I could take it.
It's not urgent.
You could leave
for me
it.
to occupy it
Yeah, you
right
could
now.
leave it, and I could take it on my
Yeah.
own.
Planes are expensive.
But for the sake of losing a plane, I mean, I'm not gonna. Yeah. One IPC. Right. okay.
Yeah.
I'll lose the mech infantry, and then the fighter can go back later. Okay. Do I move the fighter back now, or do I leave it till the movement
Leave it to
phase?
next until the movement thing, so we know.
I literally haven't attacked anyone this entire fucking game.
So the one infantry, Michael's solitary
Yeah.
Waffen SS in the Smolensk.
Ah.
Vasily Zaitsev.
Yeah, come on. Just
I
Okay.
love that.
Oh, he's
So.
Enemy of the Gates is an amazing film.
Well, that's
Yeah.
a good movie. Good movie.
Completely and historically inaccurate, but there you go.
It is, but it doesn't make it a bad film.
Some of these will be two, won't they?
I
Because,
think you just roll the one. Just roll that lot, and
To be fair, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Did I lose one?
Still lost one, though, yeah.
Ah, damn it. Right. Okay.
Okay, Michael's infantry's gone. Michael's thing is gone. Michael, do you want to put your?
yeah, down by one.
Can you stick his down up by one then? Stick his up one.
Yep, done.
Ooh, shiver.
Sweet Jesus. Okay. Okay. Bryansk. 6.
What I got? 2
Oh, where's
2s.
the little
11.
side pad that tells us where all the things are? Or what the keypads are?
3.
Oh, yeah, UI, where's it gone?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When Marsden starts sticking around with stuff.
No, the only thing I've changed in it is changing a 5 for a 10 in an array. I'm not changing anything else.
Oh, pardon me.
Lovely.
I get 1.
Okay.
Only
2. Fuck me. All those dice. Only
Right.
2.
So I've got
Really?
1 left because I lose my AAA.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're all 1s, aren't they? Oh, wait a minute. 1, 2. Oh, those are 2s. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's just yeah.
Yeah.
Because the artillery boosts the.
Nice. 6.
Six.
There we go.
Okay. This is a very, very, very dead AA gun. Right. Okay. Get rolls like that when you don't need them. Okay. Let's pull these guys out.
So up by 1 and down by 1.
Russia's actually taking territory. Come on, Russia.
Feels good, man. Feels good. It's nice to win one. Right. Okay. Cool. That's all the effects, isn't it?
Yes, it is. So that plane goes back to where? How many did it move?
Oh, probably. It's an airbase there, so
2,
it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
3, 4,
Okay.
5. You could move it back. You could move it into Leningrad.
1, 2,
No way.
3, 4,
You could?
5. Yeah,
5?
took the
Oh, you
car,
can.
actually, yeah.
You can
Oh,
move it
crap.
into Leningrad.
Oh, right,
Yep.
yeah.
I do this.
Skita.
Very good. I do this. I leave it there. Yes. Okay. One.
Combat moves.
So one
Non-combat.
Voldag into
He's
Archangel.
going in here. He's going here. These guys are going here. Now let me just think very carefully. Make sure I've covered everything.
The AA guns. You're going to move them. There's no need of them from the B there.
Yeah.
It's somewhat useless there, looks like.
Well, what about if there's a raid?
Because they can fire. They
Oh, they do.
they fire
Okay.
anyway.
Well, I could just split them up then, I suppose.
Yeah, split them up. Just because
Because
of his.
how much value is there to having 3 in 1? You know. Okay. So what in these 3 that I've just...
Don't
here.
bother with Tombow because when he takes it, or if
No,
he,
no.
it's just sort of.
It's my lens then.
Yep.
Hang on. That's occupied. Okay.
Okay.
I don't think. Alright, Moscow's got stuff in all the surrounding territories now, so
Yeah. Whew.
it's okay. It's empty,
Wow.
but it's okay. Alright, and then the purchases.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Wow. His first tanks.
Yay! Infantry. Job done. And now I have no IPC.
Okay.
Excellent.
So you get your money back. So you should get what? 17.
Yeah. Plus 3 for Finland, right? So 20.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, we're now on to Japan. This is where the shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
I'm sure they've got nothing important to do. This won't take long.
Yeah, it's not going to take long to be fair. I can't remember what I'm doing. Just jump in the Axis chapter very briefly.
Absolutely.
Oh, you guys take so long in there.
So it'll just be interesting to see if they move the guys from Hawaii across, which I think they may do.
Yeah.
I think if they're gonna see, I've got a feeling they're gonna attack with just everything.
Mm-hmm.
Because he can he take off from Hawaii? Go 1, 2, 3. No, he can't land them, can he? So he can't bring the planes in from Hawaii.
He could land in Alaska. 1, 2, 3.
No, he can't. It's not got enough movement because it's 1 to the sea zone, isn't it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to
Yeah,
Alaska.
'cause it's got an airbase. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if he brings the planes in, I think I'm screwed.
Yeah, well, you're gonna. I pretty much was sure you were gonna lose Western United States, but then you've got these guys in British Columbia that can come down. You've also got guys from Central United States to take it back. I think you'll take it back. It's just he's going to get an additional 10 IPCs for his turn, so I think he's literally just trying to get himself some more IPCs. I could hopefully, if he moves those fighters out of the way with that transport, then I can attack. I can take Hawaii, which means you'll get some ICPCs back. Depending on what damage you do, you may be able to take Alaska. Where's your guys across here?
Can't that very much.
Central.
The combat moves there. Whoop. In China first, just because.
Ooh, interesting. I thought you were going to do that, to be fair.
No, you've left me a single tank. Over to.
This is going to be the best tank there ever was.
I'm sure it's how I felt in Ethiopia last turn.
Oh, she is doing everything, yeah.
Yeah, this was expected.
All or
Yes.
nothing.
Exactly. I committed last turn.
Wee.
You guys are staying up there. I think that is my combat moves.
Oh,
Oh, no,
interesting.
it's not. These two.
This makes me uncomfortable.
Where are they coming from?
How can they get over that far?
Where can I
They're
be?
strategic bombers.
1, 2.
Oh, they're tactical bombers.
4,
Strategic.
No, they're
No,
strategic. They're strategic, yeah. 1,
Oh,
2,
sorry,
3,
wasn't on
4,
board.
5, 6, 7. Where's
6, 7. Join.
6,
1,
7?
2,
Yeah.
1, 2,
4,
3,
5.
Yeah.
Oh, up
5,
to Alaska.
6, 7 into Alaska.
I
Yep.
thought the sea space around Japan was 1.
It is.
It is. So I'm going to go into sea space around Japan, into 7 up here, then into 8, then into 9, 10, 1, 2.
Yep.
5, 6, 7. Okay, got you.
You're not landing anything then?
Well, no, because I'm not attacking land with infantry and artillery. Not just yet, anyway.
Okay, interesting.
Got
1
next
second. Can we just go to Axis chat?
Yeah.
Alright,
Interesting.
that is interesting. So he's just going to wipe your fleet out.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
utterly screwed on that one.
Well, in the end, you're going to wipe your fleet out, which is annoying, but, you know, it
Losing
doesn't...
the
You don't
IPC.
lose any IPCs, which...
I mean, he's going to lose everything in Alaska. As soon as he lands those bombers in Alaska, they're going to die.
That might be what Len's telling him now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm going to take Hawaii from him with my fleet.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, in terms of... Can I deploy units into his sea space?
No, you can't. So you won't be able to have a navy in that side while he's got guys there. But you can get fighters and stuff.
Hola.
Voila.
Welcome back.
Should we start off in China?
Yeah, I will do my
Yeah, that's the
solitary
important one.
guy.
The easier one. Axis guys, manage attacker, so that's- Attack
See,
bomb, 2
I don't
fighters,
mind the
4.
dice gods screwing me here. I just need them to be good for us in return over in San Francisco.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
So that's right, yeah, 2 3s, a 4, and 2. So I've got attack bomber, 2 fighters.
Where's the 4 coming from? Or the attack bomber, sorry.
Attack bomber.
So, yeah, sorry.
Oh, nothing. Yeah, he's dead.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh well.
So that's 2 for me. I'll put
Take 2 from China as well, will you?
me.
Hey, what did China ever do to you?
Well, we started off at war technically, so
Yeah, you
Just
started
what's expected.
saying. You
Not
started.
me personally. Japan might have done, but it wasn't me personally. The game started with the war.
Well, you know.
Okay, I need to count how many dice I need
Yeah.
there. So we've got 1, 2 battleships, is 2 4s, 2 strike bombers.
Oh, I'm assuming that my AAA can't shoot your stuff down on the
Right.
coast.
No, sadly not.
That's what
Sadly not.
2,
I mean, you'd think, they're going to be docked in the
6
fucking harbour.
fighters.
So you get
Imagine the crew of an AA gun going, nah, they're not over land, mate.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, not doing that.
A bit far out that.
That's how
You
Pearl
get-
Harbor got surprised.
Yeah.
They couldn't.
you get
they
3
told them, "Go."
4s,
Can't
2
shoot till they're directly above us.
2s.
That's
Shush,
two
dog.
twos, 2 2s, a 4, and 2 3s, I think. I know 4 4s.
2,
No, 3 4s. Yeah, that's right.
3 4s. How many 2s to get? The carrier gets a 2 as well, doesn't it? Or does it get a 3? What's the
Doesn't
carrier?
carry gets anything. Oh, it
2.
does, yeah.
It
Gets a 2
2.
on defense.
Look at that. So yeah, 2 fighters, carrier, battleship, 2 destroyers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I should have 6 dice.
Battleship and 2 fighters.
Fighters not defending on 3s.
4s,
defending
defending
on
4s.
And on 4s, yeah.
Oh, of
I
course,
thought
yeah.
they defend on 3s as well. It's the attack on 3s,
Ah.
defend on 4s for fighters, yeah.
Right, okay.
RJ Hale, good day, mad adventurers. How fares the war? It's not going too well, to be honest, RJ.
Doing great.
Japan might be finishing off the US fleet.
Oh, we're rolling. Okay.
6,
Oh, God.
Oh, shit. That's not good.
4.
Ah, God.
4.
Pain.
1,
Although
2.
I'll have 1 battleship left because the carrier can. No, I can take 2 on 1 on the battleship, 1 on the carrier.
And 2 others. So you basically have.
Lose 2 destroyers.
So your fighters, you've got 2 4s left, basically. So everything bar the fighters,
Yeah.
basically. Sorry, and the transport, but that's going to be last anyway.
4, so I'm losing my 2. 2, 3.
Did you drop before?
No, I didn't drop any fours. I've 4 here. Two fighters I've taken now. A destroyer. Sorry, 3 fighters and a destroyer.
Sorry.
So it's a 2 and 3 3s.
Let's dance.
Let's dance.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
The dice gods hate us. Hate us.
The Dice God is clearly a Nazi in disguise.
Really is.
Not actually. Yeah. I lost 1 fighter more than I expected to with average dice. Put it that way.
I've seen you roll 6 like 4 times in a row on the last 4
Yeah,
rolls.
that's because of the amount of dice I was rolling there, though.
Yeah, to
Bearing
be
in
fair.
mind that I was rolling mainly 3s and 4s.
Yes.
But yeah, that's why.
Very nice.
Okay, so non-combat moves.
Yes.
These. Down here. So, these 2. To Lulu. This one. Come to there. Now these dudes have to go up here. Fighters here falling back. So not allowed to stay in shelter. Transports here. These transports. 1, 2. Oh bollocks! I forgot 2 combat moves up here.
You can do that if you want. I don't.
Yeah,
know.
just do them.
Yeah, just do.
It was just taking these 2. Sorry. 2 for me and 2 off Russia. Here, he's going. Here, he's going. Bye bye. Right. Moved into this. Let's staying there. We can. Cool. I'll put my people down. I should have 1 PC left. He's doing jetpack. And that's me done, I do believe. Let's claim some money while we can.
39.
14 less than I anticipated.
14?
Yeah, I lost 14 IPC last turn as a result of the
Oh, for the
the rules things and
mess
stuff.
around.
Yeah.
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 IPC gate.
Right, come on, allies, in the chat.
The gate.
Okay.
In the chat.
So can't get Alaska back.
No, that's pretty nasty. Well, we've got. Let's see. You've got. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got 2 2s, 3
2 2s and a 1.
4 2s.
Oh no, sorry, 4 2s and 1 1.
And what have you
British
got
Columbia.
across that you can move across here from? So you've got 3 mechanized infantry. Can they move
Yeah,
across?
they can't get there. It's too far away. It's adjacent to Western, so they'd have to go to Western. They've only got movement 2, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they can't make it. They'll only get to British Columbia.
Okay.
So I can move them over to support for next turn, but yeah, Alaska just is impossible for this turn. So I was thinking, build fighters in eastern US, and that'll then allow me to clear out around San Francisco and reclaim the sea zone.
Okay.
And get land units, and I'm going to have to build in the Pacific. build some fighters in eastern US, maybe 3, maybe 4. Get a couple of transports and then a buttload of infantry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's he got over here?
How many I've got 75 to spend.
Nice.
No, it's
I
not
could.
enough.
I'm just trying to think. Could I attack mainland Japan? He can use his sort of kamikazes on me though.
Attack bomber raid do.
Attack drama raid should maybe be on Ukraine. Actually, no, not
No,
Ukraine.
what
Volgograd.
is it? What's attack bomber raid do?
We could do it on
reduces their industrial complex.
Yeah, we could do it in Volgograd actually.
Yeah, it would be nice if you couldn't build tanks there.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
You could sit and then land in Moscow. You could land in Moscow basically. So you could go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, actually, 1 minute. 1. I worked this out. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, sorry. Actually, you could, if you did Ukraine, you could go into Moscow. If you did Volgograd, you'd have to go into somewhere else and you'd lose it. So
Yeah, it's gonna get killed.
yeah, so it's gonna have to be Ukraine to go back to Moscow.
That's a strike bomber. Yeah, bomb. I was thinking just use it while it's there.
Yeah.
Bomb the Ukraine factory.
Yeah, might as well.
What's the difference between a
it's
strike
the same.
bomber raid and a tactical bomber raid?
Strategic bomber raid is you just sort of roll a dice and add 2. So he shoots at you with his anti-aircraft gun, so you get 1 shot. As long as he doesn't get a 1, then you roll a dice and add 2 to it, and that's how much damage
You got an
comes.
anti-aircraft gun in Ukraine?
No, because
It gets one.
it gets one for
Complex gets one.
complex gets
Oh, it
one.
just gets one.
Yeah.
No, because on the data card, tactical bombers have tac bomber raid.
Oh right, it's because they get 1 dice. They don't get the +2, so it's just a dice you can do.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So I've got I think in 4 fighters for 40. 2 transports will make it 54. 54 will leave me with 19 left to spend. No, sorry, 21 left to spend. What do we fancy in the Pacific? Or do we think get some? Do we want tanks? We've got a fair bit of infantry.
Like the Western US.
Yeah. Because that'll certainly help in taking back Alaska.
What's that, like 3 tanks?
Well, what's he going to be able to move back? So he's going to move for. He's going to go 1.
I mean, I was
1, 2.
thinking of
See,
maybe
he's going to
2
get
tanks?
this stuff from Manchuria. He's going to load in and move into Alaska in his next go. That's what's going to happen. That's going to happen this
Too
go.
far away from Manchuria.
No,
Manchuria is C-Zone 19.
Oh yeah, sorry. So he's gonna. I suppose he can't. Yeah, so maybe it'll be some infantry. So it'll be 4 infantry. Maybe he's got some mech here. 4
Yeah, 'cause
infantry.
We've got a fair bit of mechanized infantry and regular infantry. We need higher dice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm taking two tanks.
Mhm.
1, 2. Maths. 21 minus 12. Somebody.
9.
9. 3 infantry.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't trust myself. Let me go back calculator.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So 40 for the fighters, plus 14 for the transports, plus 12, plus 9. 75 bang on. Sweet. Combat moves then. We'll have to leave Pacific alone. Just the transport into Gibraltar, I think.
Yeah.
What about these destroyers? Can they do anything to help, or are you going to leave them there for the?
They can't do
Oh,
anything to
no.
help.
Oh,
I'm thinking
okay,
that'll be a non-combat move down because they don't know offshore bombardment.
Okay.
So I can move them down to defend the transport in 91. But do we? Yeah, it's probably worth it in case anything goes cockeyed.
Move one of them down.
Is it worth
I don't know.
dropping the raid the convoy?
It has been helping us, to be honest. We've got that convoy. Maybe if you get Gibraltar, he can't move stuff out, so he'll have to use his his strategic bomber maybe to attack them. So you either bring
But
both of them or
he
leave
needs to
them.
land in there though. He's got no transports built yet.
Yeah.
So he can't land anything in there to take the area, which means he's confined to the med.
Yeah.
Because I did see them hovering cursors over Southern America, the
Yeah.
Brazil and whatnot.
Yeah, well, that needs to be dealt with, basically.
But I think that's my only combat move then. And then these ships bring them back to the US in Zone 19, do we think? Start loading up troops.
I've got stuff in
They've
them
got
already.
troops.
I've got troops in
Oh
them.
yeah, you do. Yeah.
So I was they've got troops in them. So basically, you could use that to invade. We could use that to invade France with my infantry and stuff.
So
I mean,
bring those down to Zone 109, do you think?
well, they don't need to. 1, 2, and we can still invade France with as them there, and they're further away
Oh yeah.
to be
One.
attacked. Yeah, 1, 2.
Yeah, I forgot because they can go through there, can't we?
Yeah.
But we don't want to do that yet.
Yeah, you want to move them there. Just sort of.
No. And then that submarines raiding Norway.
And I could use I could use my fighters to sort of. So you could maybe move one to. I could use my fighters to try and take out his 2 things there.
I don't think we need to bring the crews and stuff down, do we?
No.
And then yeah, I'll just non-combat move and yeah, cool. Right, I think we're good.
Okie dokie.
Right, gents.
Right.
Hola.
How are you?
Good. I'm planning my holiday to Iceland.
Finally, waiting for someone to say something about Iceland.
I think I think it's Iceland is prohibitively expensive. You may not enjoy yourself as much as you might think.
Well, it's okay. You know, it's pretty quiet here in the Pacific now.
They cook horse there apparently, and apparently it's really good. Want to try it?
I always
Anywho,
wanted to see the Northern Lights.
enough of this gay banter. I've got my purchase stuff ready. So combat moves is a nice and simple turn. Transport in Nova Scotia is going to load up on our infantry and artillery. And we are popping down to Zone 91. And I think we're going to have Gibraltar back. Thank you very much.
Okay. You know my ability to roll dice is pretty intense, don't you?
Yeah.
We know. A warning.
I mean, if I lose this, I'm completely blaming the Geary effect.
I mean,
Oh, wait,
I've learned from this to never take orders from Gary after watching the game.
It wasn't orders. It's just sort of.
Watching him throw away the French fleet, the British fleet, and the American fleet in the space of like.
I am not listening to you because we talked it out on these. Everybody had these. We had a chat, so it wasn't like it was just me.
I agreed on the plan of action in the Pacific, so that's.
Right, are we ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Born ready.
That'll do.
1 each.
Okay.
That's -5 off you then. I think. Len.
Nope. You're not in the med yet. You're 91. You're not in the med.
Yeah, but you haven't got Gibraltar anymore.
I thought Gibraltar was a separate one.
Gibraltar's a separate one. Isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Have you got a Yankee token anywhere?
It's not Yankee. It goes back to Britain.
British.
It goes back to British.
Oh yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Gibraltar. Hold on.
She's gone.
Yeah, you need 3 of the 4.
Greece, southern France. Yep, that's it. There you go.
Cool. Yeah, that's pretty much it for non-combats. Sorry, for combats.
Your raid, the bomber.
Yeah.
Oh yes, my raid. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
bomber.
strategic bomber in Viborg is popping down. I'm going to bomb the crap out of Ukraine factory.
Hmm, interesting.
Boom, boom. Just like that.
You can do it.
Where are you going to land?
Russia.
Moscow.
Moscow.
Bryansk, I assume.
No, Russia. You can
1,
do.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, sounds right. Yep.
It was either that or Stalingrad, but we'd have to move one for Tombow or
don't wanna
something,
do
so
that.
it wasn't unlikely. So it's just 1 dice to see if you shoot out of the sky, basically, and then.
Oh, me.
See what
Yeah.
happens. You don't
do
have
it,
to.
man.
It's optional. Save the ammo.
Do it.
Don't do it.
Cute.
The other way around's better. So we need that 6. We need that 6, by the way.
See, I just need to roll a die.
Well, look, you can only do 3 damage anyway, so and you've automatically got 2. Well, actually, you've automatically got 3.
There's a 4.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a 6.
you can do more damage than it's worth.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, so it's 6 damage.
It's 6 damage
Four
on
plus
that.
2.
You just
I
can't.
thought you can only do the damage for the
No,
what it's.
you can do up to a certain amount of hit points, but you can only.
Yeah, you can do like 20 on a major one, can't you?
Yeah, so you could basically you've got to get 6 damage off. Oh, you could get sorry, not 6, 4 damage off it before you can start building anything in Ukraine. Yeah.
Unit, yeah.
So,
Okay.
Yes.
so that
And then he's
is
just pulled back into Moscow, yeah.
That bomber's worth his weight in gold. Or IPC.
For non-combat moves, we have plenty. Oh wait, is it build first? Yeah, it's non-combat first, then deploy, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So, the 3 mechanized infantry in central US are going to fly around the world and go next door. And then up 1 into British Columbia.
Yeah.
Gonna make a break.
Allies, Western US.
Are you gonna
Bring them
move
up.
anybody into Mexico, by the way?
Yeah. Probably.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You could stick a guy in there.
Actually, because I can still build guys in Western US, just not in Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so move all 4 down. And then for any non-combats? Nothing. That was it, wasn't it?
Are we
The
are you
destroyer.
moving your destroyer?
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
There
You
you go
moving
now.
them both or just one? Or
He's going to use he'll use his strategic bomber. So 2 will make it slightly more uncomfortable for him.
Yeah. We'll bring the 2. I'll split them. What about the cruiser? Oh no, we're moving all of those, aren't we?
No, we're leaving them because it's out. They're out of.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. And then it's building time. So we have 4 fighters being deployed in the Eastern United States. We have 2 transports being built in Season 101. And then we have 3 infantry and 2 tanks being deployed in the Western US.
That's a lot of build up in the Western US.
Well, you know.
It's like you're nervous or something.
Not at all.
no.
That is full 75 IPC spent. There are no territories lost, no territories gained. So just hit the plus button.
IPC.
Yeah.
69. And over to China.
China.
Oh, China.
China.
Oh, we need to play CNC Generals again.
Oh, I did like Command and Conquer Generals.
I love
Yeah,
generals.
ditto.
I got it on Origin and I kept breaking it trying to make the camera zoom out further. But I haven't played it since then. So I reinstalled it about 5 times because it just broke it.
Well, in terms of China, it's not a huge amount. Combat move wise, we're going to move up here into Jehal. We're going to then, whoops, not that British one. Move up here into Shandong. Dungi. Along these guys. Actually, they'll go up there.
Yeah.
Jehal. That should be plenty.
Wait, is that? He's got infantry in Shantung. He took it back. Was that not a combat move?
It is a combat move. This is.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is combat. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, it's China. Oh god.
Yeah, it's China.
Oh my god. Okay.
Can you leave?
Been a long day.
Can you might want to leave some infantry in Shanghai.
Shanghai. Where's Shanghai?
Kiang's.
Oh, over here. I've got build phase afterwards. Don't forget.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, there will be. Yeah, that's it for combats because they're not allowed to attack outside their own territory. Apparently, it's a bit pants.
Yeah.
Bar Burma. They can do
So
Burma.
Jehal is just going to flip. Someone could grab a Chinese token.
Mm-hmm.
And then Marsden, I'll see you on the battlefield.
When he's
You want to
finished
make a
making his brew.
1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. So I'll have 4 2s, a 1, and a 3.
I like that he's actually gone to like drink tea whilst being attacked in China. It's kind of like surprise attack.
Just roll the
Well, he's
dice. I
taken
think
some tea.
somebody can roll for him. Basically, I think you'll be.
There's only one guy.
Well, I got 4. I
He's
got 4
very,
hits.
he's very dead. Nothing.
So
Perfect.
that's another 2 for China, and more importantly, 2 less for Japan. And then the fighter will pull back to Jiangsu.
Oh, that's my man dead.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, I rolled 5. I didn't mean.
I thought that was you that rolled, actually.
I was expecting him to go.
So you're down on.
Someone take.
Yeah, I've taken him off you.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to put 5 infantry into Jiangxi.
Only 5.
Only the 5.
China.
So you saying that China is now getting their own back for what happened to the US? Oh, what did you buy, by the way? I missed it.
5 infantry.
Tanks?
Just 5 infantry. Oh, for
No,
build
not-
base of US.
US.
So we've got two tanks, 3 infantry in Western US, 4 fighters, and 2 transports over the Eastern Seaboard.
Good.
And we took Gibraltar. I don't know if you saw that bit.
Yeah, I saw Gibraltar.
And that's me done. Oh, wait, non-combat moves. Don't really think I want to move anything. I'll
That.
move him over there, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe this guy in Suyuan, put him on a border. Just
Yeah. Hold the line, boys.
Hold the line.
I think that's probably going to be it.
Wow, China's which is actually China. I've never seen it before. Just-
China being Chinese for change.
Yeah.
Time to start mass producing stuff.
Stereos and radios.
I
Okay.
don't know who's next in the turn order. Who am I handing that to?
It's the UK.
China,
Yeah.
UK.
United Kingdom.
Why is that not letting me do it? Why is it not letting me play the music?
You got yourself a theme sheet.
does Michael have to do it?
Oh, do I need to do it? Maybe?
Yeah, see if you can press the music.
Under the sea. Under the sea.
Oh,
Oh God!
Oh, that's
harsh,
perfect.
harsh but true.
All right, so
Very good. Very, very good.
Oh, it tickled
That's got me that one.
all
brilliant.
right, okay, so quick powwow then with you gents.
Bobbing
Okay.
along, bobbing.
Okay, so 2 fighters down to try and take out the Italian transport and cruiser. Are we leaving it because he can't get out there at the minute?
The because he's got the 2 subs,
Yeah,
2 destroyers and the crews are going to come over.
yeah. So I need.
Kill the crews beforehand.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So I'll use my 2 fighters to do that. Land in Algeria.
It's
Land in
kind of more important to get rid of the transport so he can't take Gibraltar back, which means that the Pacific is cut off for him.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll land that. Do that. Okay. Move my guy into Ethiopia. Finally take that.
Yeah.
As for these 2 tanks here, they can't do anything at the minute. I could. No, it's going to Tobruk. So attacks wise, it's literally going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tanks into the Caucasus, 1 fighter, 3, 4, 5, 6 infantry. So 6 tanks and 6 infantry
And a fighter.
and a fighter into the Caucasus. It's going to be nasty, but. And then
So what have
he
you-
might take it back, but then he's going to risk sort of. And then I'm going to build a thing in Persia, a factory in Persia, so I can start pumping stuff out on the doorstep.
Yeah.
And then everything here is just going to move across, basically. So everything
Bombs off.
in China is going to move across. The cruiser, the two destroyers and the 2 subs are just going to have to stay put for now because they're not really brave enough to do anything there.
Where are you getting the 6 tanks from for Caucasus? I can see 5.
So there's one here in China. 1, 2.
Oh yeah, 1, 2. Yep. So he's got 10 tanks. You've only got 6 bodies to soak.
I've got.
What's the numbers saying on that? Because that seems to be bad for you.
It is. Let's do a quick.
Why are you not using the fighter as well?
I am using the fighter as well. So I'm using 1. I've got 3, 4, 5. I've got 6 infantry, 6 tanks, and a fighter. See, I could build up, but the thing is, he's just. I think I did.
But as it stands now, he's got an awful lot of tanks that can just push straight into Persia because he can come from Stalingrad. I mean, he might be less likely to do it now that I'm closer to him, but I didn't put anything in Tombow, so he might just think, well.
Let's do the math quickly here. So
I fear that we're going to lose that. I know it's going to be crippling for all those tanks being lost.
Let's see. He's got 10 tanks in there. Is there?
10 tanks, yeah.
10 tanks. So he's defending with 10. We've got 6 and 6 infantry. Is it?
6 infantry.
Yeah.
And a fighter.
6 tanks and a fighter. Yeah.
Okay, so that will killed by attacker 10. Killed. So I'll kill 10 armor. He will, in theory, kill 6 of my infantry. That's what this says. Obviously, dice gods. Yeah, that's what's.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
That seems very optimistic.
Yeah, it is. But even if I kill 10 of his and he it's 10 tanks down, that's a lot. That's a big chunk of tanks that he can't.
Yeah, I mean, if the first roll goes badly, you don't have to.
I suppose.
Sustain the
and I've
attack.
got this stuff here to
You've
move.
got stuff coming up as well.
Yeah, and I've got stuff coming up as well. So it's it's literally just as much as they mock me, I'm trying to sort of pepper away at them and stuff. So basically, I'm knocking down his forces because you can't let them build up. They need to.
The weaker he is down there is the more reluctant he'll be to push further away from you.
Yeah,
just
heading
imagine
towards
if we utterly decimate him though.
I know.
Oh yeah, well that's the dice gods owe us.
Yeah, exactly.
The dice gods owe us.
It's game.
What worries me now is that I've rolled a 6 to kill 1 guy, and I'm pretty sure Stuart, you rolled a 5 to kill 1 guy before. So I'm just worried.
Okay.
We should have. Okay.
Okay, let's go then.
It's actually quite clever.
Okay. So, was that you being nice to us, or were you saying you were clever?
No, I was saying you were clever. With the bomber.
Yeah, we talk about the factory.
Yeah.
Factory attack.
To be honest, he has literally made his points up. He's well.
I'm happy with the bomber. Really good.
To be honest, I've never thought about sort of doing more strategic raids, but it's sort of right. Okay, so what I'm doing is 2 attacks. So I'm going to use RAF. This fighter is going to come down to the 92. This guy's going to come down in the 92. If they survive, they're going to land in Algeria, basically. To attack that little set of things in the med. Ethiopia is going to finally get taken back.
They can't actually reach there.
They can.
They can.
They can. Sea zones. Or not sea zones, Spain. Using Spain. Sorry.
You can't fly over neutral territory.
Can you not?
Can you
No,
not?
I discovered it the other day in the rulebook. You
1,
can't fly over
2.
neutral territories.
That is... Well, that's annoying, isn't it?
I actually didn't know that. Another
Well,
rule learnt.
I feel like we should have our guys back in Mongolia now.
The game just keeps on giving.
But the thing is, we're telling you now, so you can't do it, and not halfway once it's being done.
I can still do it. I can still do it in seasons. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5.
1, 2,
3, 4.
Yeah.
You
can do it in seasons.
Okay.
Okay, I can just sit and do it in seasons. Okay, all right. Panic over. Okay, so we're doing that. This is going to hurt, but I'm attacking the Caucasus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. these two chaps here, this guy over here.
Pedal to the metal.
These guys can't blitz any further. There's only two, so that's they are just going to stay put. So that's that. Not expecting loads from them, but as long as it knocks down your tanks a few, then it's sort of advantageous.
I don't know. I'm expecting you to win this.
I'm not.
I don't expect anything anymore.
We don't expect anything anymore. Our dice rolls are not being good. I
This
can't.
is
not on
the
the
turning
ocean.
point. This is a turning point. This is when dice gods turn in your favour and turn against us. I don't know.
Press X for doubt.
So, and that is all of the attacks. I think. I don't think there's anything else unless I'm missing it. Everything in China.
I don't know who's attacking first.
Anything in China is pretty much where it should be. Let me just see.
I don't think there's anything in range of attacks.
No, not sure. There's anything I can sort of
one tank out that was
do, to be honest. Yep. Okay, that's fine. So, so Ethiopia is now mine. Bonk. Finally, back again.
Took your time, sir.
So, do you want to knock you down by one? Knock me up by one?
That was weird. I couldn't see the mechanized infantry. It just looked like you were claiming it back. Camouflage.
Yeah.
It is really good camouflage.
Yeah.
Um.
I noticed that with some of the German ones and the US ones as well. They seem to have coloured
Yeah.
them perfectly for the board.
I like how Britons are basically shit stained.
I'm not looking forward to this attack on the Caucasus. All right, okay, we'll do. Actually, to be honest, yeah. This one here, the two against Italy. Then, so the two fighters, the 2 3s versus your 1 3. Attacking 2. Ugh, come on.
No.
Nice.
Come on.
Why? All right, 1 3. I guess I just have to sort of do it, don't I?
There you go.
That second one's okay.
No.
Oh.
Do it.
No. What's going on?
This is uncomfortable.
1.
There we
Yes,
go.
there we go.
Hey,
Okay,
finally.
Yeah, thanks. Fuck
Jesus.
me, man. That was just not good.
Why is everything difficult?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just no easy
Why has it
solution.
got to be difficult every time?
Now,
The
if you thought
Italians.
if you thought that was tense,
don't.
I'm literally, my stomach is, churning.
This one's big. This one's big. Okay.
This is not good. So I get 6 3s.
I think you'll be fine on this one.
2 3.
Don't say that.
4.
That's pretty even. To be fair.
I've
no.
Things a little bit, but
1. Oh, I get no, not 6. 7 3s because that's a fighter.
Yep.
And 6 1s. My stomach is churning after all the
I
other.
honestly think you'll be fine on this one.
Don't say it.
Stop it.
Stop it. Don't say it. Okay. All right. Here we go. Seriously, I think the dice on our side are
I'm not joking. I have run this scenario
Jesus fucking Christ.
like at least 20 times. At least 20 times, and I have never rolled as high as an 8.
So that
You
is
got 5 infantry on here.
yeah, 1 5 6 infantry, 6 infantry,
yeah, because you got mech infantry as well.
6 and 2 tanks. Ugh.
Pull it off.
What the actual
Pull it
fuck?
off.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to call it off, aren't I?
That is an insane roll.
That was
That is brutal.
that was
Seriously, I promise you,
I
I've
just-
rolled that. I've done that attack so many times, and every single time you have come out on top. You would maybe only have like 1 or 2 units left, but you always won. Not joking.
You've only got 9 tanks. You killed 8 things. There was only 1
I
tank.
got 10 tanks.
Over you. 10 tanks. But yeah, even so, that's well above what you should
Yeah,
have rolled.
that's
Yes.
Yeah.
That is.
usually it would sort of roll in about 5 or 6 or something like that.
Yeah.
So how many? So you've got a 5 and a 6 there. So why's that counting?
He's moved.
It's because I've moved those two off to the side.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. I just want you to know, if you win this game, the dice gods have been in your favor, and
That was bad.
quite extensively.
That one was bad. That was no.
That was worse than
Oh.
the Pacific dice.
Hmm.
The Pacific dice wasn't that bad.
Okay. So he's got 8 in there.
You will be fine. You guys will be fine.
Do you think should I carry on? I don't know, because it's
No.
Do it.
okay. All right.
He's got
well,
8 tanks left
You'll
against
have
what?
5,
Four?
yeah, 5
Statistically,
tanks.
you'll kill
Well,
2.5
four
things.
tanks and a fighter. No. Yeah, you've got to pull back. That's suicide.
okay. All right.
That's just.
But that's what Math does best.
I know. That's why
He's
I'm
lost his
panicking.
navy. He's lost his navy. He's lost his air force. He may as well lose his army as well.
In my,
To be fair, he's got one navy left to lose, so we can.
I do have a navy. In my defense, the dice rolls have literally been horrendous for us. There's like
really are.
every big fight we've had is being grim, and it's just
I'm not lying. I was convinced I was convinced you were getting the Caucasus. You would only maybe have like 1 or 2 units left, but like I'm shocked, like properly shocked at that.
He did say while you were in the thingy chat.
With the build up after the fight and the cruiser, I was expecting a lot more.
yeah,
Oh,
that was grim. So
that was so
grim. Yeah.
Mm.
Dice gods, you have abandoned us. Okay.
Been, performing the
I mean, they
rituals.
actually have.
Yeah.
Actually taking the piss.
What did I say in our chat earlier? I rolled a 6 to kill 1 infantry, and then Stuart rolled a 5 to kill 1 Japanese infantry, and I just knew it was going to happen.
And then
Okay.
Matt can't roll anything but 5s and 6s.
Yeah.
He's still got his switch.
I mean, if you killed equal numbers, then yeah, sure, that's fair.
Yeah.
How annoying!
Yeah,
I'm actually upset. I'm not sure if it's worse than that naval attack or not. I was just like, I knew it was going to be close, but
No, 'cause, this one really should have won. Even no one can deny that one. So this, yeah, okay.
right.
What's next?
Okay, so
What's
non-combat stuff then. All right. Okay, so we're gonna go 1, 2.
Gonna go for another round next turn.
Well, he's gonna have a lot more in there next turn, I think. Let me see. This guy's going over here. These guys over here, here.
I mean, I'm actually hurting here. That was so bad.
Yes, I am. I'm upset.
I'm upset by that one.
I am very
Yeah, I'm
upset.
by that.
Oh,
I needed that to work. I really needed that to work.
so brutal.
Can I get your dress, Matt, so I can send you some flowers in condolence?
Seriously,
Italian flowers.
I'm very upset. I can't believe it, man. It just fucking. I wish they just did odds. Odds I could deal with.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. This fighter then is going to make its way over to there as well. This is going 1, 2. There. This tank here is going to go. It could go into Pakistan. It's not. It's going to go in there.
Yeah.
These guys here. Alright, so that's going to go into there. 1, 2, they're all going to go to there.
Matt, for the sake of my IPCs, is it worth pulling this guy back?
Well, he's going to. He's going to. He's just going to blitz through. He's just going to blitz through and take it anyway. So it's.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Well, I suppose I'm going to lose.
Yeah, because you're losing, but I get 5 IPC back if you're not in there. I know we've already got the
Yeah.
American bombers in Moscow. It's not going to make any difference to me. So
Yeah. Well, the thing is, he'll get that. He'll take both of them
yeah.
and kill that anyway if he moved through.
Mhm.
So this way, I'll get one more guy. Yes, you're right. Okay, I'll just leave it. And there's stuff on the border there, so it's at least it's not horribly. I'll move that over there. I can't believe that, man. Fucking upset. It's not the words. I can't believe it. Alright. These tanks here into Iraq. One tank into Iraq, I think. How many infantry we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4 with the Frenchie. I'm into Iraq. Okay, I think that's all my movement then. I might move a solid. Oh yeah, sorry, and these guys from Alberta are coming across the world into British Columbia. Boom. And that is Britain's very upsetting go. Oh, I sorry, I've got to place my guys. So 2 fighters and a tactical bomber in Cairo. A factory in Persia. These 3 in okay, that's me done. I don't get anything back because you've still got Malta. So I just get 32. It's Italy's go now, is it?
Yep. Pop down to the chat, guys.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot.
Just do your Pacific one as well. I mean, the other one.
Oh, I can't believe that, man. That was fucking grim. That was
It's not
beyond.
that I can't
Just-
believe
just
it.
a
I
single
can believe
tank.
it. That was awful.
That was so painful to watch.
Like I said, man, it was like last week. Like statistically, should have won.
Mm-hmm.
And then literally they were just getting 8s, 6s and stuff
Yeah.
straight away, and I was just like, I cannot understand that. So, you know,
10 dice on 50-50 odds. He beat it by 3.
Yeah.
it's just like, and that's what they've been getting, man. And the whole way through, it's just been great odds. And they
Yeah.
when they come to us, you know, it's on the button, so we're not sort of so. Well, if we lose this game, I'm calling the moral high ground with bad dice rolls.
Yeah, there's been they can't deny it. There's been key engagements where they should not have won as convincingly as they have, or shouldn't have survived.
Yeah, but this, that unfortunately makes things slightly harder. It pins things down. You moving out pins things down.
Has to attack you now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
but
knows
now
that you're coming up. He knows. Wait, did you do no combats?
Yes, I've done my non-combats. Yeah.
Shouldn't they have moved up?
just attack with so much more stuff. You did move everything up, and then this is.
I thought there was more.
They say I've got stuff coming in from China.
No,
Which
this is the
is-
stuff from West India.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I've bought a thing in Persia, so now I can sort of start building stuff on the doorstep.
Start
Yeah.
churning things out. Yeah.
Yeah. So he needs to. So he can maybe attack me with. He's going to attack me with all of these tanks and stuff, and then
We do
place.
need to get something into the med if possible.
Yeah.
But I don't
Well, that's
know
why
how.
these fighters and stuff are here, so I can sort of maybe. It's also I
And
can.
I'm in a ship just to stop Italy getting those 5 IPC.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're gonna be able to do that anytime soon.
No.
What's giving Germany all the money? How do we stop Germany?
No, he controls all my cities. You see, he gets so much IPC from having Stalingrad.
Yeah.
So when he attacks, he's going to attack me with
It's like 12
nine tanks. Sorry, 8 tanks, 5. So 13 tanks, 14 tanks, and 2 and bombers.
Yeah. That's gonna hurt.
Yeah, and bombers. See, I kind of needed it for a buffer zone so you can blitz through.
It did,
So
don't know
it's going to
how
be
much-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 tanks, a fighter, 2 infantry. So he's going to basically take northern
he'll
Persia.
take it. Yeah.
Yeah. If he doesn't take that, but I suppose at the very least, you're diverting stuff away from Moscow.
It is,
Yeah.
and I've got stuff
But-
coming in. I can move stuff into things now. He's going to place stuff into Volgograd, which means he can only put 3 there. He's going to have to sort of use 6
The
IPC.
problem is though, once he takes northwest Persia, I can't see a situation where he'll be in a position to take it back in anywhere in the near future.
Well, that's it. So we're going to have to hope that he doesn't sort of kind of.
Yeah, because it means he's diverting a lot of stuff away from Russia.
Mm.
So that's his choice to make, I suppose.
So yeah, that was very unfortunate.
Oh yeah, it's going to take a lot. He's going to spend a lot of units taking Novgorod and Leningrad, like a lot. And if he sends everything into Persia, I'm going to suddenly have a nice, not an easy ride, but comparatively easy numbers of units around me.
I know, but he can start blitzing through and going towards Cairo, you see, so he'll go
Yeah.
Caucasus and then, Iraq. He's getting, 2 for Iraq. He'll take
Mm.
Persia, so he's got another factory.
Yeah.
So it's
I mean, if my transport stays alive, why did I build those transports there? Shit, I didn't mean to move all those units out. I meant to put infantry there. I'm an idiot.
Well, you can say to them you weren't meant to put infantry when you were meant to put infantry there, not on the other side. You were meant to put
No, I was
plane.
thinking if I fly those... Oh no, because I need the fighters. I was thinking to try and make a landing in southern France. Because I can pick up, move to, and unload there. But I need more than 1 artillery. Oh,
Yeah.
I can't get through the pass anyway until I take Morocco.
And you need both sides, don't you?
Yeah.
No, with Gibraltar, I think you can go through with.
No, it's a straight like the Danish Straits. You need to hold both sides.
No, I think with Gibraltar it's different. I think you just need Gibraltar.
Let's have a look. I'm pretty sure that was one of them. Canals and narrow straits. 2 canals. Turkish Straits, getting the Mediterranean, Strait of Gibraltar. Yes. Oh no, controlling territories, Strait of Gibraltar is just Gibraltar. You're right.
Yeah.
And the Danish Straits is just Denmark.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can go in and out, and you can't. But still, 1 artillery attacking 2 infantry
good.
is not good odds.
So he's going to attack me with all he's got. If he gets everything here, south. It depends because he's not going to be able to attack you in north if he uses his fighters. So basically, it depends where he splits his fighters off and stuff. His tanks, if he does enough damage and I do enough damage back, then, I can maybe mop him up with whatever's here, plus the 3 fighters I've got here. The 4 fighters, I say I can go 1, 2, 3. Oh.
Why are we doing?
And I've got a fighter here as well, actually.
Hello.
Yeah. Still lamenting the horrible dice.
Still reeling.
Like
We
really.
really are. I mean, that was brutal.
Yeah, that was brutal.
So these guys are going into Algeria. Strat bomber is going to
Average dice,
Algeria.
you should have lost 5, not 8.
Right here into Algeria. Any other attack moves? Nope, that's it.
Okie
This
dokie.
French guy's like, what? There's a war?
Yeah, what?
Say
Yeah,
what?
that's because the British fight. That's how the British fighter landed down there.
Yeah, it's the British's fault.
The French is like, no, I've already surrendered.
Yeah, this Algerian guy's just been smoking cigarettes and just chilling. Okay.
So upset. Don't know if I can carry on. I get 1, 4, and 1, 2.
Roll for the
Frenchie.
French guy.
You sure
Right.
you shouldn't roll for the French guy, Phil?
I'm not rolling. I'm never rolling a dice again.
This is what's so upsetting about this game. When the dice don't go in your
Yeah.
favor, you're just fucking.
I mean, I imagine that's what's going to happen to me now, so I'm going to get a bit of a taste of what you've gone through.
You say that, and you,
No, you're not.
see this. You say that, and then it's like, oh, it's all right. You guys will be fine, and then it fucks us. I know what you're trying
It's
to
going
do.
to it will happen sooner or later, but it just
Yeah,
just
it
depends whether it's going to happen in a pinnacle sort of
Like there,
battle or not.
Like that.
like our two last pinnacle battles. It's happened. Two
Right, you ready?
things. Yeah, go on then.
Yeah.
1,
I mean, there you go.
2.
There you go. One.
One each.
it teased you there. It's like, oh, I'm going to give you 2. No, I'm not.
I'll take off my infantry. I deleted all my dice because I stupidly bloody.
You're attacking with the allies dice anyway.
Oh, that's why you didn't kill him.
Yeah. That's a secret.
Cursed dice.
You ready?
Yeah, go on then. No, of course not.
Wait, what? Sweet.
1 off the Frenchies.
And then they'll land in Morocco. Right, so. Da da da. Right, non-combat moves. So, my entire fleet, not the infantry, my entire fleet is relocating to 95. I am moving this AAA into southern Italy. They're staying there. They're staying there. Infantry staying there. I've not missed anything now, guys. That's all right. Do you want me to move my tanks on there anywhere?
No, I think you're right.
Okay. All right, that's my very brief. Did I increase my APC by 1?
Yep.
Yes, by 1.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
France is down by 1.
Alright, so I'm spending 27 of my 28, so I'll leave me on 1. I'm building a battleship and a transport in 95.
Your port is actually it's the same thing, isn't it? It's 95 or 77. Yeah.
That's it. I think I'm done. Italian turn, nice and brief, but slightly productive.
Probably the American China's turn went pretty quick too.
Mm-hmm. Was it now?
Last
Anzac?
week.
Anzac's now. All right. Do you want to have a quick shifty into the?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got a lot of fighters. The problem is I can't reach Hawaii with 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I had 6, I could go back to Wake Island, but because you have to go back onto the land, unless it says something about islands being counted as the sea zone.
Yeah, for landing purposes it is. Wait, so are you going from Caroline Islands with the fighters, you mean?
Yeah. Is it
So
counted?
1, 2, 3, 4, then 5. Yeah, because that's.
We just confirm
Pretty
that
sure that's right.
onto Wake Island. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 5. Yeah, I can do that. I can do I can do that. Yeah, so I can do
Well,
that.
if you go up, it's only 4, isn't it? It's 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, but 5, is it 5 and then has to go on to Wake Island, or is it 5 counted as the island itself?
Can you not go up through 23? So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
And then it's 5 if you
1,
land
2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay, we can do that. Yeah. So that is, if I attack them there, I could, in theory, attack mainland Japan, but then he could come down and sort of do that. So, so am I going to attack his Hawaiian fleet? I've got 3 cruisers. I've got 6 fighters. 3 cruisers, 6 fighters, and a destroyer.
4 transports.
And these guys here, 1, 2, yeah, they're not far enough. 1, 2, 3. I can only get to Johnston Island with those 3. So they've got 1, 2, 3. How many tactical? They've got 1 tactical bomber, Japanese fighter, 2 Japanese fighters. So they're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4 4s, a 3, 2 3s, and 2 2s. And I'm gonna have 6 3s, 6, 7, 8, 9 3s, 9 3s and a 2.
I mean, we could check the odds, but
Yeah, I can check the
I
odds.
don't know.
Well, the odds were in our favour last time.
That's what I mean. Yes.
So let me just see here. So we've got attacking with 6 fighters. We're gonna have 3 cruisers. So we'll just stick them down as fighter. Oh no, there's cruisers there. 3 cruisers. A destroyer. And they've got 3 fighters. A tactical bomber, which I'll put down as a cruiser. Put 2 cruisers. 2 destroyers, is it? 2 destroyers. 2 destroyers. It's telling us they'll lose 3 fighters, 2 destroyers, and 2 cruisers, and I'll lose 3 fighters and 1 destroyer. But
Yeah, I don't know what to believe anymore.
they've got a carrier as well. Forgot to put in a carrier, so they've got a carrier
Extra.
2 hits. They've got a carrier, so and I've got a carrier as well. So run. Right, with the additional carrier, it's telling me that they're going to kill. I'm going to kill 2 fighters, 2 cruisers, 2 destroyers, and a carrier, and they're going to kill 11. They're going to kill everything of mine. 1 carrier, 3 cruisers, 6 fighters, and 1 destroyer. Seven units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so he'd lose everything bar 1 thing in there, and I'd lose everything. That'll be another fleet gone.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's there, and if I don't do anything, he's going to sort of move across into America and stuff.
Yeah, moving into Eastern US money.
Yeah.
Blockade me.
It will.
And
Yeah.
see, this is it. They keep on going. My options. This was exactly the same as last time. You had to do something to sort of stop the attack on America, and that's the thing is, I'm going to risk. This is basically, and if I move my transports up, I'm very much going to risk losing other stuff. I could land stuff.
Hang on, that's the point. Yeah, bring your transports and land. Because you can take the land even if you lose the fleet.
Yeah,
Which means he loses the base. He loses the air base and he loses the port.
I know, but if he doesn't, if he kills my, if the dice don't work out, I lose all 4 transports.
Yeah, this is what happened.
Oh
with
yeah,
one.
because you have
We
to
had-
win the naval
yeah,
battle before you can land, don't you? So
because
that
if he's got a
sounds
ship left, then the transports
Yeah,
draw
I
gets
forgot
stopped.
about
Because
that.
this is what happened in 1, because we had 2 full transports as well to attack Alaska, and they were killed. So
So
Can
it's a risk, but I'll lose. I could potentially lose another navy.
I mean, you've already got the reputation.
I do have the reputation. I just want you to accept that. I don't want you to think that this is my decision. I want you to.
well, I mean, ultimately, what else are you going to do with them?
Yeah, well, that's it. It's I could
this
attack.
point in the
I could attack
Yeah.
Japan. But how did the kamikazes work? Is it they hit on 2s? Is it?
Here on 2s, you've got 6 tokens, yeah. And you can use them all at once.
Yeah.
Has he used up a fighter, or is that like just a free go?
It's a free thing.
Oh,
You
okay.
get you get 6 kamikaze attacks for the game.
God. Okay.
What else can we do with these transports and stuff? 1, 2, 3. I could take Formosa and Okinawa. I could use, but then he's going to come back, and he'll wipe out the transports. But he'll have to land
Yeah.
units. I could take Okinawa and Formosa potentially.
How many planes has he got left? Yeah, you can bring the planes back from Hawaii to defend Japan, though. So you'll be able to get to Sea Zone. Oh no, you can get into Japan now, can't you?
Yeah, I can get into Japan. Yeah.
22-18. He will prevent any kind of offshore bombardment, though,
Yeah.
with the kamikazes.
Yeah. It's not worth attacking Japan, I don't think. I could maybe some of my fighters. I was thinking if I could get up here and sort of take out these transports on their own, or if I could go 1, 2, 1, 2.
Hang on, how many ships do you have? Destroyer, cruiser, carrier.
1, 2, 3.
You could just take the Sea Zone.
Which means
You've got 1 carrier, attack bomber, and 3 fighters total. Destroyer and 2 subs. And that's it. Don't bring any land units.
yeah, but he's going to use his kamikazes on me, isn't he?
He'll get 6 2s once.
Yeah, which
If he uses all
based
of
on
them,
the
of course.
dice rolls,
That's
is probably
up
going to
to him.
sink.
Yeah, but I
6
can't.
ships.
So I won't be able to use these 4 fighters. I'd only be able to use 2 fighters.
True. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. You've not got enough. Yeah. Sorry, I was counting all the fighters for some
Yeah.
reason.
So it's basically an option of take Formosa, and with the transports I could take Formosa and Okinawa. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. But thing is, this is opening them up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. They could land in Queensland. He's got a transport there.
I think you're going to have to go for the attack, aren't you, in Hawaii?
Yes.
And just hope that it's goes all the way.
Yeah. Am I going to bring my transports with me?
Do you need to?
I don't know if I don't think you should. Actually, he's only got 2 ground units defending.
But
And
does
it
that
means that you
mean
can potentially just if you don't win, it means you can non-combat the move back to Queensland to defend.
Well, I'm thinking maybe I could use some of the transport to take Formosa and Okinawa. I'd lose the transports, but I'd take 2 off his thing, which he'd need
Well,
to.
yeah.
Yeah.
That too. But then you got another 2 transports, and you can just pull them back, and it means that he can't take Queensland off you then. Or even a non-combat move. You've got a cruiser destroying a cruise there, so you can defend the Sea Zone.
Yeah, I can defend the
Even
season.
if you'll kill some of his stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't think you should be too worried about losing Australia.
Yeah, well, it's not even. It's more sort of him going over to America, which is sort of like.
Yeah.
There's a big chunk of stuff there.
Ooh, that's a point. He can take New Zealand. 30, 50 New Zealand. He'll land and take New Zealand.
One, that's not. It's not got a port there, so you can only move 2.
Yes.
Hawaii doesn't have a
It's underneath
port.
the carrier. It's underneath the carrier.
Is it? Oh yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Well, you can't get the New Zealand. 1, 2, 3. Can't take New Zealand straight away. Can I? Where are you counting from?
Hawaiian, from Hawaii, into Johnston, into Fiji, into 63.
Oh yeah, okay. So you could take it. You could take it.
Yeah.
So I have to attack them then, basically. There's no other option. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I've got
Okay.
other options.
So
Yeah.
cool.
Do you want to see another? Do you want to see another navy go down?
Yeah, go on.
We have no
my
other. I just want to point
Been
this out.
taking bets on how you're going to sink it.
We have no other options here. Like literally, there's too many. You being there, it's just. But so we talked this out, and we all agreed.
Yeah, we did, to be fair.
We all
Oh,
agreed. Yeah.
To be fair, the dice could well turn on me.
Don't say that. Every time you say that.
Oh, Michael,
No.
oh no, you shouldn't be worried.
Yeah, don't.
No, but
don't
it's
regret
that's what I'm
it.
saying. It's a law. It's the laws of averages, and we're due.
I'm just really
I'm just
enjoying
gonna
Matt putting these fighters on these crews.
This
On this aircraft carrier. This is going to be the neatest naval engagement of all time.
Fix that
This is
bomber. It's
really
annoying me
nice.
because it's tilted.
Only 2 of your fighters can reach.
nope. They can't.
Yep.
They can reach.
It's
can't.
they're on the Caroline Islands. It's 1 to get into 33. Then you've got
23. Wake Island. It's
No.
4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, and then they've got nowhere to
Well, they-
land.
Wake Island.
Yeah,
No,
5
'cause-
back to where count.
No, because it's 5 into 31, 6 into Wake Island.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he's right.
1, 2, 3. All right. So what happens into 1, 30, 33, 32? 1, 2, 3,
You've got 1 to get from the
yeah.
Caroline Islands to 33.
Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How did we work? Because I said that we couldn't do it.
Did we
What-
not say the extra movement from the Caroline Islands into 33?
1.
So it's 1,
Two.
2, 3, 4, 5, and then an extra one to land on Wake Island. Is that what
Yeah.
you're saying?
It's,
Okay.
moving from land to sea or sea to land is 1.
I'm sure we did. We're 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, because that's going to be there. I can't land.
It's going to be 6 whichever way, isn't it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5. It is 5. All right. And we're 100% islands don't count as a season.
No,
No,
I'm trying
islands
to
are-
find. I
you're-
can't
you're on
find
land.
anything about things in there.
You got troops on there, so it's always 1 to move from a land to a sea zone. And an island is specified at the start. It's an area of land surrounded by sea.
All right.
The definition of islands right at the right.
Well,
at the start
that changes things slightly then, because we thought. To be honest, I thought there was 5, but
yeah, that would have made a big difference. To be fair,
well, it still would have worked out. I think you winning, but it would have done you a bit more damage.
yeah. But no, that's why do you think I moved so many planes up there?
Okay.
Back to the chat.
Chat Mark 2.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm sure we counted that right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
I don't think we were counting the extra step to get back and land once we got back to Wake Island.
Yeah, I think we were just going 1 across. 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, and then 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that changes things somewhat. So I don't know what to do with them,
We
basically.
have this huge fleet and we don't know what to do with it. Maybe, Formosa and Okinawa could be handy for the sake of the IPCs, and then you'd be on his doorstep with quite a decent navy. I really need to get rid of that Hawaiian Island fleet.
See, I think we. It might have to just be non-combat moves. Wait a minute. So we could technically 2 fighters from the carrier could land in Wake Island. That means 2 more from the island itself could land on the carrier. So it means there's 2 more additional fighters.
They wouldn't be joining in with this particular combat, though, would they?
No, yeah. So the carrier, no. So the carrier would move up. Those fighters wouldn't land on the carrier; they'd land on Wake Island because it's one. So it's one. They're in a sea zone already, so they would land on Wake Island. Then the other 2 would land on the carrier
After the combat, yeah, I get
after the combat. So in theory, you could get 4 fighters in there instead of the 6.
Okay, is it still worth it with 4?
No, probably not. But the thing is, you've literally got now his fleet is building up quite extensively, and he's going to start attacking. I think he's potentially going to try and take.
He'll be landing in Panama Canal, Central America next turn.
Or because he wants to wipe out. If he takes out Sydney, then that wipes out my chance of sort of 1, 2, 3. So he's not. So maybe he takes New Zealand.
There's nothing defending Central America at the minute.
Yeah.
Which will drop me by 5 IPCs, and he'll claim the canal as well. Yeah.
Again, so it's just another thing. It's going to wipe the fleet out. But I can have 2 fighters instead of. I can have 4 fighters instead of 2. Instead of so I can have 4 fighters instead of 2. I can launch some stuff into Formosa and Okinawa. I'll lose the transports, but I'll get those 2 things back. I'm going to build a factory in Malaya so I can start pushing stuff up from Malaya. He's going to win this combat. It's just sort of...
Yeah.
I could move it back. I could move it into... I could pull it back, maybe. If he's going to go into New Zealand... Yeah, because if he takes New Zealand, what has he got? So he can't move everything in New Zealand. He could only do what so that 1, 2, 3, and that. I'm gonna have to attack him, aren't they? And then the 2 fighters are gonna have to non-combat move back to somewhere. So it's gonna have to be 4 fighters instead of 6. Agreed.
I think so.
And then take Formosa and Okinawa with.
I've got a horrible feeling this might be the game turner, though.
Yeah, well, this is it. To be honest, had we sort of taken, if that a combat in America in Caucasus had sort of gone well.
Yeah.
But we've been shafted dice-wise, like literally turn after turn, shafted.
I don't think we're even exaggerating it. It has been really bad.
Yeah. Every single combat.
Yeah, super shafted. Yeah.
All right, you never know. This might be a turning point for us.
Yeah.
Let's
Stranger
try and be
things have happened.
optimistic. Come on.
So wait. Is there? There's no other options we have. We can literally we can do nothing. I could move my guys back to, I could move them to C Zone 30. Not C Zone 30. She's gonna have his fighters. I could move them to Fiji. Is he gonna be? No, because he could still land, couldn't he? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, he can't. He couldn't land. So I could move them to Fiji.
We have to do the attack. It doesn't matter what he does afterwards. We just have to do the attack, I think.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just we're trying to decide his turn for him in a minute.
Yeah. Okay.
Tombow, that would be.
Yeah. Okay. I think. Yeah. So we can get 4 fighters into that attack, which is still going to lose, but.
4 fighters. You
So-
can get 2 into that attack.
So no, we can get 4 because I can use the fight. I can basically move my aircraft character in. Those
You could
fighters,
lose 2
those
and carry
fighters.
2, land 2 on it. Yeah.
those two only have a movement of 4 because they're not on the island.
Yeah, but they're moving with the aircraft carrier. 1,
No,
2.
they don't. They move. The aircraft carrier moves independently. The fighters move from this space.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 into Wake Island.
1, 2, 3, 4 into the.
No. Look, 1, 2. Oh yeah, sorry. That's all right. My bad.
It doesn't matter how many times you say it.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, but they're on an aircraft carrier.
Yeah, but
They don't get the 5.
They don't get the 5.
They're not on airbase.
They're not on
Yeah.
an airbase.
Fuck's sake. Should we just call this now? The dice are hitting us anyway. We should.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. The dice hit us. 1, 2, 3, and then that'll be 4. There's no point in attacking that, is there?
You can sink another fleet.
No, well, it's going to lose a fleet. It's just like, but it's just like,
Yeah.
and our dice rolls have been so poor. It's like, I just don't know if it's worth it.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I have zero hope in sort of the dice being in our favor at the minute. It's just so.
Until you,
Like the
until
lottery, you got to
give
be in it to win it.
Exactly.
I know,
You
but
never
we've
know.
been in it to win it, and quite a few clinching battles.
Yeah,
and lost
but
them.
basically,
Major
the way it
battles
is that if you do anything a certain number of times, sooner or later you are going to win one.
Yeah, but that's very true.
Yeah,
but
if you're
I've
doing
played a lot.
7,
Re-
it doesn't
realistically,
make a difference.
if I'm rolling 9 dice against your 6,
Yeah, the
it's
statistic
not
is.
going to end well.
Yeah.
I mean, you could give it a try.
No, it's just like I can't.
I'd love it if you gave it a try. But yeah, it's the other thing you have to remember as well is that the way that I've got my fleet set up, they're stronger in defense because I'm rolling 4s for fighters and my carrier.
Yeah, I know that. Well, the thing is, we wouldn't have won anyway. So statistically, if we had we even attacked with everything, you still would have won. So it was just sort of we had no other options. But then it's just like because we can't sort of do that. This it's just going to have to stay put, and reinforce, and then see what happens. Basically, isn't it? All right, one more quick allied chat, then, gentlemen.
Okay.
Can't do anything, can we?
No. Morrison's just too good on his rules. He's on them all the time. He's like the king of rules.
Playing the game as it's meant to be played.
Yeah.
Check. That's what it feels like at the moment.
I mean, I feel last week's turn is what's swapped this. Those 2 massive losses of the fleet. Have
Yeah, and today's just
really
made it
screwed
worse.
things.
Yeah.
And we've got no counterpunch.
We have no counterpunch. So it's literally now sort of it's not over, but it's just like it's not looking great at the minute. It's looking.
It's the slow climb down the hill, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, they could sort of make an attack in Germany and fail miserably, and then that will change things. But it's unlikely. So it's literally just a case of I'm going to have to back off of this fleet. Maybe take, Okinawa and Formosa. I'm going to have to move the fleet to Fiji to stop them from taking New Zealand.
Yeah.
And in theory, if they do go across into America, I could attack them there. Couldn't the one? Where does 51 take me? 64. So if they go into the Panama Canal, I could, in theory, attack them at the Panama Canal if I go to Fiji. So it'll stop them from doing that. Then they can go into that. Now he's going to probably bring his battleships into. I don't know. So yeah, I'm literally. I think it's just going to be a case of going to Fiji to stop the attack. He can't do 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. Oh, he could take Queensland from there, from Hawaii.
Yeah.
So even if I put stuff in there, he could still move things into there. No, I could move these guys.
Move this up.
Yeah, I could move them up. I could move some fighters back. But there's no point in the attack. There's no point in attack. It's literally just a case. I'm just going to have to pull back.
Yeah. Forget it for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what? Back to Fiji, Queensland, and.
So these guys will move. These guys will move up.
Yeah.
These guys will move to Fiji. Even if they go, so what's he going to do? I'll move some fighters back. 3 fighters. So it'll be 3 fighters, 2 cruisers, and a destroyer against.
What are we doing with the
Oh yeah,
transports?
and then I'll take Okinawa and Formosa, and lose some
transport and infantry in each.
Yeah, and transport and infantry in each, and then the other 2 ones I'll move the 2 transports back to Queensland. I'll move them back with the.
Are you going to leave the other?
Yeah, I'll leave the artillery. I'll leave the other units. I'll leave and I'll leave maybe 1 artillery piece and 1 guy in there, and then move the other 2 sort of. I might leave them in Formosa and Okinawa, 2 sets.
Yeah.
So it makes it slightly harder. I could go for Iwo Jima. He's got no sort of.
Well, you could take all 3, couldn't you?
I could take all 3
transports.
Yeah, I could do that. So I'll do all 3, and then just take those 3 islands. And then he's gonna kill the transports, but then he has to sort of land.
Yeah, to get his IPC back, he's going to need to send his transports.
Yeah,
he really needs to send them.
But I'm just trying to think. He uses fighters to sort of attack them. He could use, what can he bombard with? He's got no cruisers there. Destroyers. He's got his cruisers here. But hopefully this fleet will. All right. Yeah. Okay. We'll do that then. All right. I'll attack the 3 islands with my transports, and then I'll move these guys down to Fiji, and then I'll move these guys up. I'll move the fighters some of the fighters back to Queensland. Keep 2 in Caroline Islands.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
That's good to me.
Okay.
If you only think.
Okay, Marsden, you bastard. You and your rules. All right, so we're going to tuck our tea. We're going to do some attacks, but they're just sort of harassing things. So we're going to use 1 transport here, 1 transport here, 1 transport here, infantry.
Marsden stayed silent. I don't think we've broken any rules. Is this one okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can move free from there.
Sweet.
Oh, can I just have the access in the chat for a sec?
Access in the chat. Yeah.
I'll be right back.
We're at defending on 2.
Oh.
It's been so upsetting. So that's that.
So yeah, when do we do kamikazes?
Only if there's a fleet battle. So your kamikaze comes in if we.
Yeah, no, it's all right. The reason that we went into the chat was because Len was saying kamikaze. It's like, no, there has to be a surface warship.
Yeah, we thought that. We're like, I'm pretty sure there has to be a warship there. So yeah, we're not expecting those transport to last very long, but it was just more sort of for. Okay, so we're gonna leave.
I'll take my 3 off now. You can't put 2 artillery on.
Yeah, I'm just sort of messing things.
Alright, I didn't run.
Like that, so that's leave.
2,
Yeah, 3. And
who's taking those? Anzac, isn't it?
Anzacs, yeah.
I'll put them up 3.
1, 2, 3.
Right, I'll put them up.
Also, in fact, I'm going to use this 1 infantry here, and then we're going to do that there with the help of some fighters.
Yay, I got to roll some dice.
Okay.
Come on, dice gods. Don't let us down now.
Yeah, so I think that's all the attacks I can do. I don't think there's anything else was worth sort of. You haven't got anything else scattered around that's going to sort of be annoying. I feel like I need to put all of these fighters in here just so it's like no, because they're not going to bother. So these 2 because they can fly back to Caroline Islands, so I'm going to stay there. Okay, is that good, gentlemen? Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Best of a bad situation.
Yep. Okay, so 2. Oh, I see. He's in transport.
Is that not part of a land battle? There's no naval battle, is it? It's just a land
No
battle.
naval battle,
You
you've
still get
got,
infantry.
Oh yeah, great.
Kill it anyway.
Oh, he's dead anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, see if he gets anything back. No, he doesn't.
Okay. Those are going to go back to Caroline Islands.
I could just imagine some Australian general or like admiral saying, "Right, Americans and British, this is how you do naval warfare."
I'm completely just demoralized. The last 2 weeks have been horrible, so I'm just very much a case of hoping that something fucks up your end, and then I can sort of
It
get.
probably will do. It probably will do. I mean, karma does have a nasty habit of striking when you least expect it.
Basically, if your next round, if Michael's round is horrible, then it may be a case of us just sort of giving in now. So these guys are going to go back to Queensland. This here is going to go to Fiji. Fuck you Oh, the fighters.
Oh.
And these guys are going to move up to there.
Wait, I'm going to have to make a dash, guys. I've just seen what the time is.
Yeah. All right, dude. I'll let you know how badly it goes in the German turn.
Yeah. Okay.
See you, man.
All right. And I think that is it for El Anzaco's bar purchases.
Stuff in it.
It's Germany next, isn't it? It's France. Is it France then Germany?
Yeah, France and Germany.
Yeah. Well, France isn't going to do anything, is it? So.
France has got.
I mean, you could try and
Well,
take
actually,
Algeria if you wanted to.
Could
Yeah.
attack Algeria.
Give us some dice to roll. I'd be up for that.
So
Frenchmen in
we
the Suez Canal.
are going to.
Oh yeah, you do. And in Syria. Look at this, you got a secret hidden army.
Yeah, it's growing. It's pretty beastly.
You got 3 guys in the UK. Get one of those American transports, come down and help your comrades.
Well, I'm going to have to go with what I was going for. So it's going to be that and a factory in Malaya. And an infantryman.
That's going to trigger me, not seeing that little emblem.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, you bastard.
It gets better.
Oh, you
This is annoying me as much as it is you, Len. Okay.
Right, so that is that for them, and
just as a precaution, now it's the end of the Anzac, the end of the French phase in a second. Should we save it?
Yeah.
Just
I'm going to
probably
have to get going in a minute as well. So I don't know if, I mean, Michael, do you want to do your turn? Because you've not had your turn yet, have you?
I can do it, but if you want to hold off until next week, I'm happy enough.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I just thought.
you might as well do it. You might as well have your go.
Yeah.
Are you going to attack Algeria, by the way, before?
Yes, Germany is going to attack Algeria.
No, we've got a single. We've got a single.
Well, we could go 1-on-1, I suppose. But
I mean, it's up to you. It might work to my master plan. It might work against it. I don't know.
No, I think we're not going to
just
bother.
leave it. Yeah, just leave it.
We're not going to bother with France.
Damn it.
Okay, games.
Save it. Yep.
Save.
This is turn 7.
Turn 7.
Germany.
Yeah.
Start turn 7, yeah.
Germany. Turn 7. You know what the other galling thing about this is going to be? If we lose, it's going to be my first ever loss of Axis and Allies.
Yeah. And mine, technically. So that makes you feel better.
I'm going to be very upset because the dice gods have literally failed me.
I mean, if we win this, I'm retiring. That's it.
Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Only I can do that.
Anymore.
We need to play the other side.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like to play with that.
Okay. Yeah. So that's that. So it's basically Germany's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just calculate something here. Okay, that leaves. Right. Okay. So I'm gonna pay 6 to get rid of these. Take 1 off that, so it's 7. So it leaves me with 60. That is going to be, how many tanks do I want? 3, 6. Go 1. Oh.
I knew you'd invade Iceland at some point.
2, 3.
Oh, you got me all excited then. I thought we were in the end game.
Depending on how badly this goes, it might be just a
Right.
case of us just throwing up our hands and going, yeah, well, that's
No, don't surrender. You never surrender.
No, in this game, you basically get to a point where you're like,
Aye.
you know when it's sort of over and stuff, and
I think the tables have very much turned in the last 2 turns. Things have got really, really, really bad for us.
after the last one, it was just like,
So-
yeah, we can
Jump back
we can
right.
claw it back. After that one, it's just like, I
51
don't know.
and 9 left. So I'll get another tank, which is 6, and another infantry. Okay, so we are going to attack into Tombow. With attack bomber as well.
It's very important that that man dies.
Gonna leave
He owes
one
me money,
tank
goddammit.
in the Caucasus, and these guys are all going to go up into Bryansk. They're going up into Bryansk.
Oh, interesting. You're fully going for it then.
Yeah,
They're going into
Mm.
Bryansk.
very interesting.
Bryansk.
I can see her Gosha singing upstairs really badly. It's like insult to my injury. Bad singing.
That's savage.
Make it even worse by showing
She's
this
beautiful.
recording.
She just doesn't have a very good voice.
Can't have it all.
I'll
mate.
leave one guy there. Oop. He's got
All that Russian whiskey you've been drinking on the way up.
Thought you were going to ignore
I mean,
thing.
vodka.
Well, just go for
Yes.
basically. We are owed 2 good battles of bad
Yeah.
rolls for you, so hopefully that'll happen, and then things will sort of even themselves out, and I'll be happy.
right, so I've got one left there. Build guys there. Build guys there. Okay. Right, so we'll start with attacking the Tambov. So I've got 2 3s and a 4. You have 1 2.
Oh, do I? Sweet.
Come
You
on.
can do it to the Russian
Come on,
man.
guy. Nope.
Dead.
That is a dead Russian.
Yes.
Do you want to do your points? So I'll do the things.
Yeah, so -1.
Do you want to give
So,
Michael
hold on,
give Michael
where
plus
did he
1?
go? Where is he coming from? Bessarabia?
Yeah.
1,
He was
2,
Bessarabia.
3, 4. So he's going to have to go back to
Rostov.
Rostov. Yeah. Do you want? Actually, I'm going to put him into there.
Sure.
Yeah, because there's going to be he'll be there for
Oh, yeah,
defense, and there's going to be more tanks going there as well. Whereas if he goes to Rostov, actually, where's
Yeah.
his fighter? His fighter's up there. Well, it still could, but
No,
Yeah.
Volgograd.
I can still move my
Have you-
AA.
Do I need
in
to
there as well.
increase you by 1 then? Or you increased
Yep.
them?
No,
I've
I've
done
not increased it yet.
I've increased it.
Oh, okay.
So you
sorry.
had, okay.
I did, yeah.
Do you drop the other
Okay.
as well?
So we'll go into Bryansk. So I've got 3, 10, 13, 13 threes, and 3 4s. Oh, you just need to fire with your
I'm there
AAs first.
So we get 3
3. Yep.
3 1s.
3 1s.
Come on.
This is where it's going to happen.
Come
Oh.
on.
Snake eye.
Nothing.
Nope.
Boo. See,
not
it's this
surprised
whole, oh my god,
all.
we're going to lose sort of thing. And
Yeah, but you've got to
The-
think this is hanging over our heads now every single turn.
the
Every
dice
roll
gods
has to be-
are feeling
just
sorry
go.
for you.
And
You know what Nuffle's
Okay,
like.
so I've got 5, 11 infantry, and 3 artillery, so 14.
Come on, 2s. Come on. if you decimate this attack, then
Wait, do I
are
roll anything for these AAs as
No.
defenders?
No,
Or-
no, no.
No.
You
Okay.
can use them as.
You can
You
use it-
just use them as cannon fodder.
Uh-huh.
Let's just double check.
Good.
Was 13 I said, wasn't it? 7 plus 3 plus 3. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Roll.
4 to 7.
Jesus Christ.
So that's this group and one of these guys. Actually, you can know actually this group and that artillery, basically. That anti-aircraft gun.
Okay. So I've got 5, 6, 7, 8 left.
You've got 14 tanks there, dude.
Hmm?
You've got a stack of 7 with a tank on top of it. And then a stack of 3 and a stack of 3. That's 14 tanks.
7, 8. Oh
roll.
yeah, so I do. So
Just
I
roll.
get another.
Yeah.
I get another roll.
One
Um,
extra dice, yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
One.
Fuck me.
Fucking hell, Jesus.
7.
This is just.
You got one guy left, is it?
Yep.
Come on, Ben.
I lost one, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, you lost one.
Yes. Remarkably, you actually lost one.
And last one.
0. Hey, we got one. Okay.
Fucking
7.
petrol with Molotov doing the damage.
Jesus.
Threw his bottle of vodka at the tank.
It worked.
Yeah.
So there's 3 and 6. Um. See. Oh, I'll move them afterwards. Okay, so the other one. What have we got? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tanks and 6 infantry.
And you
11.
6, 10, 11. You got 11 infantry, so 11
So
twos,
artillery. Yeah.
12, 13, 14 twos? How many artillery is there? 2? 2.
How many infantry did I say?
14 twos and 2 additional sort of hits that you can sort of
Yeah.
artillery with your anti-aircraft gun.
5, 7, 8, 9, 10. 14. Yep.
Yeah, here we go. That's a lot of ones. Ooh,
That's more.
I did get
That was
8
8. That was
back
8.
this
That
time.
was
that
it.
was it. Yeah,
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 it was
that was
8,
it. Yeah.
One of them must have tipped over. Oh, it is. Yeah. Okay.
So,
So 8. Jesus. So I lost what, 11?
yeah.
Yep.
It's like I get a good roll, you get a better roll. Right, 5, 6.
Again, like these scenarios I've done before, that one there definitely never had that higher roll. I usually averaged about 8.
We'll use
11.
9 dice then for like.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Assuming you took the casualties on the AA.
Yes, I did. So I've got what, 4 left. Wait, should I have 5?
I think you should have 5.
I should have 5. Yeah, well, I'll add 1 here then. Because it was 2 AA guns, weren't there?
Was it?
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Okay.
That's it dead with an additional dude.
1. 1 good roll.
8 tanks.
You're not taking the them off your infantry, Mike.
I've taken the infantry were off in the first round.
Oh, okay, you're gone. Ah, right, fair enough. Oh, they're the dice. Okay.
That's 1 more for you. 1 off. Russia.
Confused looking at the bodies.
Let's see. So move him up to there. Move that up to there. Move them up to there.
Fuck, man. If I'd been able to get those guys from the Caucasus, things would have been so much different.
Yeah, that's what I was saying before.
That was the whole thing. If we got those guys from the Caucasus, that was less tanks to be dealt with. Oh.
Yeah, that's why I thought as soon as that happened, I just thought I'm out of this game.
Yeah, you can see it falling, can't you?
Yeah, this is done.
Gonna go the last ditch defense of Moscow.
Yeah, we've got like 5 guys against
You've got a week
19
to plan it.
tanks or something ridiculous.
You're gonna have a week to plan it though.
Oh yeah.
We may decide to surrender by then.
Yeah.
What else have I done on my movements? Move that. Yeah, I think that's me.
Does that get? Oh, it's not.
Am I missing anything? Is there?
Yeah, just you've not flipped over your occupation as Bryansk.
Where's my token?
I've done it.
Oh, sweet. Oh yeah, I need to fly them back to somewhere, so I'll move them to
There we
there as well.
go. Yeah, I mean sauerkraut's okay, I guess.
And then just placement. So 3 in there. 3 in there. Oh, I'm going to move that across as well. 3 in there. Infantry. Five in there. Move 2 across. Actually, I'm going to do. Put him in there as well. Put him in Romania. Okay, I think that's me. So I spent my full 67. And I took 2 back, so you put me up 2, didn't you? Yeah.
Yup.
Took 3, didn't you?
Oh yeah. Did you
Sounds
put me up
fair.
2 or 3?
I've put you up 2.
Okay, so I'm actually due another one.
I mean, not that it matters if we're going to throw in the towel.
Say that again?
Not that it matters if you're going to throw in the towel.
Well, to be honest, I'm just sort of. It's one of. Well, I'll talk to them afterwards, but it's not looking overly great. To be fair, it's one of these. But you get to in these games, you get to a point where there's a tipping point, and it's like the math just doesn't work. You're not going to sort of, unless you seriously fail your attack on Moscow, which is very unlikely. So,
So basically, what you're going to do, British will move up to say Kazakhstan. They've maybe got a tank and a plane that can attack Volgograd if you really wanted to. You could move up into the Caucasus, but ultimately, I'm going to be attacking Russia next turn with
everything. So basically, you'll go in. So you'll go in
16, 17, 18,
so
19.
we could just math this out now. So basically,
2021.
Phil, how many units are you going to have in Russia? How many guys are you going to have in Russia?
Yes, these 5.
And
Plus,
well,
plus
no,
I
whatever.
mean, I
you-
can pull in. So
So you're going to be
7,
pulling all them in.
So let's see. These tanks here. So
they
these
can,
these
they
3
can-
tanks can
these
go
guys will be
1.
attacking.
No, they can't. They can't make it
They
in
can't
there.
get in.
The only thing they could do would be
The fighter could go
yeah,
in. So let's say the fighter goes in. So let's say the fighter goes in. We'll move him back if decide. These 2 guys
Here's
go
all of
in.
8,
This guy goes in.
There's 18 tanks on the border. This is all a bit redundant, to be honest.
So you're attacking with how many tanks and how many fighters and stuff?
Yeah, there's
It's
7,
18 tanks.
14. No, I think there's more. So there's 14, 15, 16,
14.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22,
not gonna
and
happen.
then the 4 bombers.
So 22, and I'm gonna fire in. I'll fire in my 2 fighters as well. I've got 2 fighters here. 1, 2, 3, 4 to land in there. 1, 2, 3, 4 to land in there. So that's 2 fighters, 3 fighters in there. That tank can go 1. No, it can't go in there.
How many infantry would you have?
So how many are you going to buy? So what have you got money-wise?
Well, I'll just buy infantry so I can afford 7 more.
So you're going to have 7 more infantry. So I'll just do the quick calculation on this thing.
12. So you're going to have 12 infantry. 12, 13, 14, 15 infantry.
Yeah.
15 infantry.
1 bomber.
1 bomber. 3
3
fighters.
fighters. No AAAs. The artillery was a infantry, basically.
Mm-hmm.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 22 units on defense.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 22. Let's 0 that out. 0 that out. 0 that out.
How many tanks did you say you had, Mike?
0 that out.
So 7, 8, 16, 17, 18, 19,
19.
20, 21, 22,
22.
23, 23, 24. 24 tanks.
Well, 24 tanks will kill 12
Everything.
things on average.
So
24 tanks and then 4 bombers.
and 4 bombers. So if I run that as it is there anything else that can go in there? Basically, there's nothing else.
Basically, I should be doing double your damage
Yeah, you'll
on
win.
average.
Yeah, but bear in mind there's also luck as well. So I'm just sort of let's see 1, 2.
Yeah, when
So I've heard.
when you've got double the amount coming out, it's likely to go one way.
Yeah, I think this one's a.
Well, I don't know because we had in that one against your Northern Fleet, we had quite a lot in advance, more rolls, and still.
I'm not sure you mapped that out right because
But the thing is, yeah,
it's a lot more even.
yeah,
wasn't
he had more damage, like things to take damage. The thing is, whereas before you had a lot of infantry to soak up a lot of damage, and that's why I didn't attack Moscow, because although I may have had in and around the same units, basically, if we were doing the same sort of damage, you had.
I understand. I understand that. The only reason, the reason we pushed out was because we thought we could take the Caucasus, and then that would have wiped out 10 tanks, and then it was like so it would have.
That would have made a big difference.
If we'd taken out 10 tanks, then we would have been able to pin you down a bit more because you would have had a threat from quite a few sides. Because it didn't work, it fucked us basically. So we didn't really have any.
I wouldn't be sat here surrounded by tanks if
Yeah,
we'd
really
actually managed to win in the Caucasus. So
so if I run that,
it
it says the killed by defender 9. You lose 9 armor and we lose everything.
Yeah.
So that's it. There's no sort of kind of coming back from that. So basically, you'll take that. You'll get all his IPCs. You'll get an additional whatever. My guys, let's say I come in. I can like my 3 fighters. We might take the Caucasus off you.
But when everything would have been aimed south, wouldn't it?
Yeah, everything would just come south. He'd have these units here, which is a fair bit, which he could sort of maybe look So basically,
I mean, they'll be a pain, but basically they're not going to get far enough.
Yeah.
They're not going to turn the tide, are they?
Yeah. So basically, it's going to go
because they're not going to. Basically, they're going to lose units every time round, and they're not going to be able to reinforce.
They're going to be in units while sort of basically Germany's full power is going to be hitting me in the south, which it's going to be 2 turns maybe, and then it's going to be me basically going drabbing, and then I'm not going to be able to deal with Len anymore, which is going to fuck me. We've got some fighters and stuff from America that could sort of come across, but it's just going to be a slow bleed effectively, and it's not going to be thing. So yeah, I'd call it. As much as Stuart's not here, I just don't. There's no coming back from that. You're going to take Moscow, and
you are literally going to have really only Stuart's IPC generation, which would be your only fallback. I mean, I know you generate a lot of IPC, but the problem is UK without Russia now, you're going to be fighting on 2 and 3 fronts.
I'm not holding anything back anymore.
Yeah, to be fair, I think what you were doing with attacking with Russia, and basically it was getting to the point where I was like, right, Germany is literally getting everything against it here, and it can only hold out for a certain amount of time. But the good thing was that Marsden was holding off America from attacking as well. Whereas if America was attacking, then it would have maybe made a bit of a difference. Yeah. But that Caucasus thing, I think, is maybe a bit of a tipping point,
because if we'd basically taken the Caucasus, you'd have lost 10 tanks. You would then have had to decide with these tanks. You might have done the same thing, but then you would have had, my guys on your southern border within striking distance of Volgograd, with these guys coming in here.
Yeah.
By the time you got to get to Moscow, these guys would be in here. So it was more,
I mean, to be honest, what I'd actually originally planned was I was going to lose the Caucasus. I probably would have taken it back on my next turn anyway.
Yeah.
But again, it's just a matter of it would have been a sort of a means of holding the British back from moving up, which is slowing down my attacks into Russia. But I would have probably have taken. Actually, I was pretty confident about taking Leningrad until you put those tanks in as well. I was like, "Ooh, that makes things a wee bit different." But I still think I probably could have taken Leningrad even with all those extra units.
Well, yeah, we thought you would be able to take it. We thought you were going to take it, but you'd lose enough units for it to be, basically us attacking here and moving out was a way to sort of you to lose units. So everything was just basically so you.
It was the right thing to. It definitely was the right thing to do, because that's what I was sort of thinking.
Yeah, it was only
basically if one side doesn't attack, then I'll just go at the other one.
Yeah. So basically, he had to move out, and I'm still calling that fleet battle in Hawaii against the fleet. I didn't see any other option for it. It was like you had 2 sets of fleets that could have done a lot of damage to America, and it was like this Australian thing here. It's just like I either have to deal with it or run away, and now because I've run away, I've got no chance of sort of, I fucked I basically gave up the Pacific because I couldn't attack Marsden there.
Yeah.
This is why I was saying the other day that I was in control of the Pacific. It wasn't anything to do with the actual size of the fleets. It was that I was controlling all the movement across there.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We made sort of a lot of sort of rules mistakes and stuff which fucked us.
Totally.
And then the rules mistakes didn't. There were mistakes like sort of like the first one over here in Europe. It wasn't a massive thing because taking Norway, was equally all right for us and stuff.
It was a pain, yeah. I mean, I think that was the thing. As far as Europe is concerned, I wasn't concerned about you attacking Europe. It was just more of a pain in the ass. It was just like it's something I need to deal with, which is stopping me from putting IPCs into Russia. But again,
basically for us, Marsden splitting his fleet, 2 fleets here, was a massive thing because that was a really big sort of issue because it was like you have 2 biggish fleets. We could destroy one of them, but then that leaves another one to be reinforced. And then it's within strike. So if he stays in Hawaii, he can move across into the Panama Canal, or he could move into Mexico, or he could attack Australia.
New Zealand, Australia.
Yeah, so there was loads of options for me leaving that there was impossible because it was just within it being there was just like so many areas for it to strike at. So we had to divide our forces. There was no other option. We had to sort of, statistically, I thought we had more because we did the calculations on the calculation thing with everything that was there, and it said we'd win with a lot, with a fair bit left over. So I was like, all right, we'll believe that. Yeah. And the one down here in Hawaii, the big attack here, we're like, we're not going to win that, but we'll do enough damage to sort of at least cause some issues. Like I understand you saying we should have just sort of gone for one, but I don't see any other option. If we had attacked the fleet in Hawaii and taken out the big fleet in one, would have had free range. We had to split our forces. I just didn't see any other way around it, and it was just about a case of do as much damage as possible to stop any attacks on America and stuff.
I've got to go, guys.
Yeah. So are we calling it then? Well, I'm pretty sure.
Speak to Stu.
Yeah. After that, I mean, I'm done for.
Yeah.
I think the Caucasus ruined me. The Pacific, we were already on the back foot, and then that.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm just sitting ducks now.
I think if we'd been able to push you up, I think Japan. I don't know.
I think, to be honest, if you'd taken the Caucasus, I think you would have had a couple of units left over with reinforcements. Mm-hmm. But again, I think it was a slow sort of burner, because basically a lot of the tanks and things that you've got, they're your first first wave of ones that you weren't using in China and Hong Kong and stuff like that. So I was sort of thinking, if I can hold out these ones and slowly, sort of choke Russia, then eventually we'll get it. It'll extend it out. But
that was it. Basically, we needed to hold out more. All right, see you later, dude. See you later, man.
It is, man.
Yeah, we needed to hold out in Russia longer. There was a lot. See you later, man.
Right.
There was a lot of things we could have done. Like losing that the French fleet. To be honest, I regret, because I suicided them, and I probably shouldn't have, because they could have been useful even in sort of other places and stuff. Other than that, I have no major regrets in anything I've done, because had it pulled off, it could have worked for us. It's just that it didn't, and that's just the way it is. So, the massive thing for us, like, I don't think, Med fleet always gets destroyed. I don't think we've had a game where you haven't destroyed the Mediterranean fleet. To
be fair, I don't think I've ever kept it as well as Len has. Usually I end up
the thing is, what Len's done well is because he's sort of harassed, and taking Malta and taking Gibraltar was like shit. Taking Gibraltar was a big thing, because that was just like, it's opened up moving into America from there. So that was another distraction, and that's what it is. And that's what he's done well. And, you've got basically distractions, and I then had to split. Whereas instead of focusing everything in one place, I had to split, and that just weakened me, because you had effectively more IPCs to sort of kind of pile in. And there's not much you could do. China, the fact that it can't do anything, no, we would eventually push Marsden out of it, but
But that was the thing. Like, I have to give it to Marsden, because, like, we were sitting. He would go through with us his plans and stuff like that, and see, whenever he said about splitting, I was like, actually, that is a really good idea, because Math, I was like, this Math is not going to expect you to do that. Math, anytime we've played it before, it was always like, you kept your fleet together, and I was like, basically what you're doing is forcing him to either go one way, which means you can go the other way, do the other, and vice versa, or do both, which you're probably going to lose one, but you'll win one, which again, it's.
Well, we lost.
So it puts you in, it puts you in a sort of awkward position. Like, so, I said to Marsden, I was like I'm really impressed with how he's dealt with the Pacific.
Yeah, well, he's Marsden, he's a smart bastard. Now, and Len, yeah, with all the bravado, it was definitely well fought, because there was a lot of.
I'm not gonna lie. There's definitely been times when there's been doubts and everything like that. I was just like, I'm not too sure about this, and we were sort of sit and discuss it and be like, right. And the thing was, the amount of times that you see the amount of times you actually surprised me with moves, and sometimes it made my life easier, and then other times I was like, oh fuck, that's actually that's a bit of a fucker, right? It's like, it makes things a bit harder, but I suppose that's the thing. You can never really predict.
I think one of my big mistakes was letting the Anzacs take Sumatra and Java and Greece. I should have let the British take them, and that would have been more forces that I could have taken to bear.
More units,
more units, which could have helped over there. Which I at the start I was like, yeah, I should have used the British for that instead. But that fleet battle in San Francisco, the big split one, I still hold up that there was no other option. It was just literally, I was going to get fucked one way or the other, so I had to basically do what I had to do. I'm trying to think what other things I would have done differently. Like I said, there was a few suicide runs. Maybe some of the stuff with Russia we maybe shouldn't have done.
I mean, I think Russia did the only thing we could really do, to be honest.
To be honest, I actually think Russia did. They did what they could do to perfection, because there was times I was sort of thinking, it's like, actually, see, because they're mainly infantry, there's no point in them stepping up and attacking. It actually plays into my advantage. The same way it's like you attacking Marsden is like you're playing into his hands because he plays better. He's built it, so it plays better. Whereas with the amount of tanks and things I've got going in, and I'm going to be attacking or defending with tanks, it doesn't matter. They're the same. If you're attacking with your infantry, that's like 3 times the advantage I've got, for each tank to infantry. But he actually sort of sat back and defended pretty well, so.
Yeah, I think there was sort of there was times where I was like, should we have sort of, instead of backing everything off, kept slightly a wider front? But it just sort of, I don't know.
To be honest, it's up until this turn, that like literally that my turn there and what's happened in the Pacific, I still thought it could sort of tip either way.
Yeah.
Whereas now that that's happened, I'm just like, right, I'm more confident as to what, because like Russia is you are gonna lose Russia. I may lose some bits in Russia and everything like that, but again, everything's going to be end up concentrated back on the British again, and because if you had Russia and Britain attacking Russia or Germany at the same time, that's one thing, because I've got 2 things to deal with. Whereas if I'm just taking, Britain, I can whittle them down and then end up pushing them back ultimately.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I think if you'd been able to hold out slightly longer, we could have pushed some stuff in, but it wasn't. It was Marsden Marsden for me. As much as you were doing a lot of damage, Marsden was the linchpin for this, because him holding off America.
Yeah, exactly.
Was it? But the thing is, it fucked us, because we had to sort of deal with him, and that meant nothing was coming into Europe.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that was it. I mean, that's the thing, is like, every turn I was sort of thinking, right, well, what can he move across? And it's like, he doesn't have anything. It's like, even, he's not building any, there's no US infantry for him to bring across. So like those transports to me are kind of useless unless he's going to transport British, guys across. And even then it takes a couple of turns to do that. So it gives me more time to build up there. And that was the thing, from the very, very start, it was just like, right, I'm always going to be pumping at least 5 units into Germany and spreading them out. Again, anytime I sort of thought, I was like, well, I actually thought what you would do on that last turn was
attack Norway
with Russia. I'm pretty sure they would have lost. They wouldn't have got Norway, but then British would have come in and finished them off. They would only have a couple of units left, and they would have lost it on the next turn anyway. So it's like, again, it would have been a pain, but
well, that's what we were saying.
Wouldn't have had a massive sort of impact.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. It was just like, that's why we left it. It's just like, it's not, and with Len's sort of, we needed to deal with Len's sort of potential breakout into sort of the Atlantic and stuff. So it's like, we need the fighters to be down there. So we couldn't use them to support Norway.
That was essentially what my job was, to make sure the med stayed secured and then just try and.
Well, you did it really well, man. Like I said, it's just sort of, you kept me completely at bay and down there, and it was just like, and I, it worried me a lot. So I was just like, no, I can't sort of. So there was lots of stuff that I had to sort of keep here because I was worried about this. It's one of those things. I could have sort of maybe started rebuilding my fleet, but then that would have sort of meant I couldn't.
Yeah, well, that was the exact reason why I was focusing on my fleet, and I said that to the guys like 2 turns ago. If I build a big enough fleet, you have to counter it.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Well,
I'm causing that IPC drain, which was the entire point. I wasn't. There's probably very little I could do with it because I
And to
couldn't
be fair,
abandon the med.
the other thing is, you had the guys coming up from South Africa, and the fact that they all got wiped out in Ethiopia, and I was just like,
Yeah.
right, well, that is like, because ultimately, again, they're going to end up heading towards the Caucasus or something like that, and that's going to be another thing I'm going to have to deal with. But because they got wiped out, so like there's literally 4 sort of like 3 or 4 battles that, because they haven't gone your way, it's given us an advantage at some point, like, you know, and
but
sort of push things.
That's the way unfortunately the cookie crumbles. Like I said, the only sort of major mistakes I sort of lament are maybe the French fleets. British fleet was going to go down no matter what. I did suicide, and I didn't suicide it.
Well, no, that fight was actually quite balanced. It was just, again, for dice gods.
Yeah,
it wasn't. But it was a French fleet that shot me, because when you threw them in, I think he was just hoping to do enough damage to stop me, but it backfired.
Yeah, that was it. That was a mistake, because they could be used again. The destroyer that was an 81 could have defended that transport that you could have done, and that transport could have helped move things sort of around here. Other mistakes, maybe not as many. Realizing that China could have basically helped itself, not having as many units from Britain into China. To be honest, attacking Japan early was probably, because that was an extra 10 that he was going to get. That extra 10 obviously helped Marsden a fair bit. So I shouldn't have. I don't know if I should have attacked Marsden straight away.
I must admit, my only sort of, and it is my only criticism, is you guys were hyper aggressive. I expected a lot more sort of build up in areas before you got hyper aggressive. So that was my worry. Yet in that turn when I sank the 2 fleets, I was like, well, I didn't expect that quick. I thought that'd be like 2-3 turns in. Well, I think that could potentially be the only criticism of like your actual battle plan was, you just literally, you all went all out. It was like, right, let's get them on the back foot. And I'm thinking, I mean, obviously the States didn't, because they have to wait. But everywhere else, I would have held back. I would have personally just sat there and gone, right, let's build up a chunk that they've got to deal with. But like anything, the longer you wait, your enemy's doing the same thing. So really, there's no sort of perfect timing for it. But
I think not attacking. See, if it didn't attack, like Marsden said, he was going to attack me the next turn anyway. So that would have been 10 less IPCs, which would have been less stress on America, which would have been less stress, so he could have put stuff into Europe. So that could have been one of those sort of like crucible moments where, had I not attacked him first, then that was sort of, because Marsden, was very much a massive linchpin sort of in that area, stopping America. Basically, the amount of IPCs America he was able to sort of keep them at bay for a long time. Bear in mind, he had America and he had the Anzacs and effectively some British as well. He managed to sort of hold everybody off. So
the one thing I was actually surprised that you didn't do was, like, I understand that you basically building that industrial complex in Egypt so you could move land units in through there, and I was like, right, okay, well, that's smart enough. Basically, it was in the direction where all my guys were going anyway. Whereas it got to a point where I just stopped looking at like Normandy and Denmark and everything like that, because you just never had anything. There was never a threat there. So basically, I got to the point where it's like I can stop putting units there and keep on pushing everything to the right hand side. If you were building up like destroyers and transports, the British, so you could move guys across, it's like, right, I need to do something to counter that.
Yeah, but then it was because Len had still, his fleet and stuff was still intact around there. It was just like, I need stuff here to sort of deal with that situation, because if I don't have, if I'm moving everything up from South Africa, I've got nothing on the front line to sort of kind of try and deal with the situation. Whereas if I had factories there to deal with that, I could maybe sort of do something there. Basically, the plan was I was meant to hold with what I could in the UK, and America would pile stuff through. But because of that massive fleet destruction over there, we had to sort of put stuff over there. There was no other option for it, and that basically started kind of thing. But like I said, the initial had Marsden got less IPCs, that would be like what 30 IPCs effectively over 3 turns before America came in. Actually, no. Wait a minute. So, what time? When could Japan attack? So it's turn 2. So another 10. It's another 10 IPCs. But then we're on turn 7 now. So it's 30 IPCs over a period of 3 turns. Whereas my view was if I attack Japan straight off and try and knock out as much as this as possible, which we did, to be fair, it would knock him down. But he still had those 10 each turn. So.
And as well as that, what he was losing, he was making up from going across the top of Russia as well.
Yeah, that's true. The Mongolian thing could have maybe helped things slightly had we.
I think it would have slowed things down, as in, but I think ultimately it probably would have.
Yeah.
He'd maybe not be as far as long as he is in Russia.
Yeah, but the main sort of turning point was that fleet battle and stuff. I think that was the beginning of the end and stuff. Like you said, the Caucasus taking it, you would have taken it back. I would have had reinforcements, but
so would I. Yeah.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have had as much to go into Moscow with. But
no,
you would have.
But see, that was the thing. Like I was sort of thinking, right, Moscow was the sort of what I wanted to go for, but it was getting to the point where it's like, right, there's so much in there. Moscow might just have to leave Moscow and work our way around it, and just let them sort of sit there and choke. And basically means that I can still keep on pumping guys through. And then start working down into like Persia and Egypt and things like that, because it was literally the way I was sort of seeing it was wearing the British down, because they just weren't getting the amount of units that I was able to pump out, the IPCs and stuff like that. So it's just literally reinforcing. But again, I think it would have just dragged things out a lot longer. But probably would have come down to a sort of pinnacle battle at some point.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, poor Phil. He didn't have much really to do. Some more mechanized infantry maybe, so he could sort of try and take back some land that he'd taken, but he did pretty much everything he could.
To be fair, that's the first time I've ever played. Like I researched like strategies and things like that of what to do, and I was like, right, I want to, because usually what I would sort of do is like you go across in a wave, so you're literally trying to take these 3 and then these 3 and then these 3 or something like that, and then I just thought, right, I'm literally going to try and hammer my way through as quickly as possible to the high scoring sort of areas.
Yeah. Well, that was it. Those were things, and I was sort of very reticent for him to start losing those and stuff. But it was getting to the point where it's just like, if we don't lose, you're going to lose Moscow, and it was just like, that's what it is. It's hard decisions. It's basically forcing them into hard decisions and second guessing yourself. And the thing is, it's easier when it's just one person because you're one minded. Whereas if you've got sort of a bunch of you kind of going, yeah, but I kind of think you should do this, and then you sort of.
Well, I needed Len and Marsden to actually sort of, just double sort of confirm me about attacking Bryansk and Smolensk. I was like, do I want to do that, or do I want to counter, down into Persia or what, and forget about Moscow? And
see, I thought you were going to go through. I thought you were going to go through northwest and then start kind of going into the Suez and stuff like that, and just fuck Africa.
Well, again, that was definitely an option, but yeah. that was the one thing that I sort of found was like. It depended on what you were doing, and most of the time you did what I wanted you to do, so it made things easier. But then whenever you started doing that pincer movement, I was like, right, okay, that does make things a bit more like, again, it literally came down to that Caucasus, because as you said, if I'd lost those tanks, fair enough, you'd have a couple of units. I would have been able to take the Caucasus back, but I couldn't have fired up into Russia. But I would have taken Leningrad instead to sort of make up for what I'm losing down there. So again, it was always making gains, but wasn't getting Russia. Again, Russia was just like, okay, right, this is a bit of a pain. but it's going to take a little bit longer. But no, I still think they did the right thing, to be honest. Just really unlucky in that Caucasus one. That was ridiculous.
We were going to do a thing where he was going to suicide a fighter, his 2 mechanized infantry, and try and take out 1 or 2 tanks from Volgograd, and then I was going to blitz 3 tank. I think I had 3 tanks and a fighter, and take, because the calculator said it would win, but it would basically do that and then attack the Caucasus as well, which was a risk. But like we said, just doing that, we thought we'll do the safe route because that's a lot more guys, and that didn't work. So but I'm pretty sure. Well, if Stuart says he wants to play on, I don't think there's a point. It's literally it's you can't come back from that. Basically, there's no.
Yeah, literally, you would need me to not take Russia on the next turn.
Yeah, so basically, if you took Russia,
that's the only, or take Moscow. I think that's the only way.
You get that, and even if so, I'd take the Caucasus. So so it might go next. So I'd take the Caucasus. What's America's go next?
I mean, that's the next part. I mean, obviously, you can clearly see I'm building up to go somewhere.
Yeah. So
it's either you counter me or check me, which I don't think you can, because you'd need to put your IPC into Caucasus.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's because I was going to build fighter. I was going to build a lot of fighters, because then it was like I could then maybe use them a bit more mobile, so I could go one way or the other depending on what sort of was that. But I couldn't have dealt with that because you had 2 fighters plus that. Even with that, American maybe could come in with some stuff. His fighters 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 land in Gibraltar.
Well, that's my first protocol next turn, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I've already got a transport there, I've got a battleship, I'm taking Gibraltar back. You can't land at Gibraltar, so therefore I automatically check that move. He can't get his fighters across, he'll have to come across to...
Yeah, but it's his go next, so it's Russia, then America, it's Japan, then America. So
yeah, but he'd land his fighters there, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
To then obviously defend Gibraltar. It's quite expensive.
Yeah, it's true, yeah.
I come and attack, do my bombardment. He's then got 1 artillery and 4 fighters to choose from my cruise and my battleship. It wouldn't have ended well for him. I don't think it would have been a sensible move.
Yeah, you'd have had your bomber and your fighter and stuff as well.
He would have needed to have built a fleet. And if he builds a fleet in Eastern...
he's not doing it in Japan. I mean,
exactly.
Pacific, yeah.
And then we can all see that Nippon choo-choo fleet can slip through the Panama Canal and come out.
So that was he was going to do? Because we were worried he was going to sort of come down and take New Zealand or Sydney. And
but that's the thing. We had options. Like from where we are sitting, we were like, well, you could do this, you could do this, you could do this, and it's basically picking the best option based on what it was that you were doing. And I think that was what we kind of tended to do in general across like all 3 of us. Is like, say if Russia was like really, really hammering down and putting all their guys down here, I just would have went up top instead.
Yeah.
Instead of sort of spreading everything, just sort of like try and hammer through one direction.
But having Hawaii was a big thing. So like you could see there.
Well, that was it.
And that was my worry, and that's why I was like, I can't not. If I dealt with the Hawaii fleet, so I killed it all. There was still a big fleet right on the doorstep of America that would move into San Francisco, bombard it, and could land, because there was like 3 transports up there. So I had no option. There was literally 0 option, because I was like, this fleet here is going to either move into Australia or New Zealand or into America from that fleet. This fleet here can take Western, and I was just like, Marston, you fucking Machiavellian bastards. It's just like that's such a good move, because I didn't see it. I literally I thought like we always have done, you group your fleet together and you go in and you sledgehammer it, and then you split it, and I went, you fucking genius.
That's pretty much what I said to him as well. I was like, fair play, because Math is not going to be expecting that whatsoever.
I didn't want at all. I had sort of I was like, he could do this, and I had arrows and stuff, but I didn't have him splitting his fleet at all. And I was just like, okay. And that fucked me, because I was just like, that fleet down there, it's okay, fine, we'll deal with that. And it's like, well, if we can deal with this, then, you know, fine. He's not going to have any fleets around here. We're not going to have very much of a fleet. So it'll be start the square one again, and we can start again. But as soon as we lost that fleet and that battle and won, and as much as, you know, and I did the calculation on it, so it wasn't me miscalculating. I did the, you know, Axis and Allies cost calculator thing, and it told me we'd win with units left over. And
What's the cost calculator thing?
so there's a thing called it's Axis and Allies casualty calculator, and it basically gives you odds and what it's likely for you to end up with. So we did that with the Caucasus thing, and the Caucasus thing said, well, you know, we should have like four tanks left, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I actually played that out by just rolling the dice. You know, going down here and rolling them, and every single time use one with, you know, say 3 or 4 units left over.
Yeah. So yeah, and so it was that sort of that battle there was just like, yeah, attacking Alaska is smart. Like the Japan should, from all the stuff, Japan should attack America as soon as possible. Basically, they basically need to get in there before they have time to build up. So Marston's done that right.
Well, that was obviously because we did discuss that right at the start, and we said that would literally throw a spanner in the works because obviously America just sits there building its fleet up, coming across.
Yep.
The second he invades Alaska, it's literally something you just can't ignore.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, that was a tipping point there because the second he put land forces in Alaska, he had no choice but to build up to go and take it back.
Yeah.
And that's why everything happened around it happened. If we wouldn't have done that, you would have probably just moved your fleet around or gone elsewhere and
Across to
tried to
Europe.
avoid. Yeah, exactly. So that to me is that was a pivotal point in the Pacific, was when he invaded Alaska, because it just everything gravitated towards that top right corner. Everything died in that top right corner, and the second it did, he took Hawaii, and that was it.
Yep.
It was a done deal.
Yep.
And even from there, he could have took New Zealand, Philippines, which then opens pretty much Australia's fell at that point, and then sold India. It was just, it was a masterstroke.
Yeah, it's because he had a load of guys in Hawaii, and I'm not sure why he moved them back. Why did he move them back? Oh yeah, because you attacked Alaska. That's why he moved them back, because you attacked Alaska. So he had stuff on Hawaii. He moved them back, and then Marsden went, "Haha, I'll have it back then. Thank you very much." And I was just like, "Oh, that's problematic." But yeah, it's good. I always sort of, part of me always felt that, you know, maybe the Axis had a, you know, especially in the first edition, there was definitely an advantage toward the Allies, but
there is in this edition. There's absolutely massive.
Basically, anything that I've looked up, it says there's a fair advantage to the Allies. You know, it's basically like, you know, with America, he's just anything I sort of looked up is like, you need to deal with certain things in certain ways, and basically everything needs to go right and things need to go wrong for them, you know, for things to work, you know. So
because even if you just look at it, there's 8 sides to play, of which only 3 are Axis. The number of pro-allies territories outnumber the pro-Axis territories 3 or 4 to 1. The only option as an Axis player is either you just try and do what you've got, or you literally attack a neutral territory, which we massively avoided because we didn't want to basically flip them all over.
Yeah.
Everything is in Allies' favour, and that's why obviously we were so sort of eager to have decisive victories early on, because again, I was convinced the second I was given, I had Italy to play, I was like, right, well, I'm going to lose inside, but I'm going to make everyone pay for every single piece of territory taken.
Thing is,
but in hindsight,
Italy is, you know, Italy's a game changer, and it always has been. You know, it's just sort of like, it's just one of those countries that you underestimate, and as you can see, well, obviously.
I mean, to be fair, I've not gone further out than where I've been, but I know that what I've done has been sort of important, so I'm happy to contribute.
Yeah.
It's just more looking at sort of the map and the layout. You could definitely see it's more favoured in the Allies. I mean,
oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, IPCs wise and stuff, you're right. So that's it. It's literally a case of, because the advantage is basically curbed by the fact that certain things can't happen. So America can't come in at certain points. So it's basically, it gives you a jump start effectively at the start to sort of move things before it spirals. So basically, that's where you have to do things, which you obviously did, do things right
Check
in the
the
first few.
boundaries.
Yeah, do everything right before it sort of, the steamroller came in, and blocking off, basically keeping the UK's west sort of occupied, and then Marsden holding up all of America. Was it's impressive. I said to them, I was just like, oh, fucking bastards. But yeah, very good game, guys. I was very, very, very stressed throughout the last couple of turns, and that last Caucasus battle was just to be honest, it was this battle, the battle in the Pacific was the big changer. Had that gone sort of semi right, or at least done enough damage to sort of knock both fleets out and leave America happy enough to sort of build up again, would have been better, but it didn't, and unfortunately that's just the way the cookie crumbles. But you all played very well.
Yeah, I might actually get a decent night's sleep after one of these games for a change, because like literally any time after this, I was like, what the fuck? I would sit up for hours thinking of what I'm going to do next. But it like the last week was the only time I've not done it, because basically I had to sit and wait to see what you did first before I could sort of react. So I was literally, as soon as you moved your things, I was like, right, I only have like half an hour here to sort of think about what I want to do. Whereas before that, I usually had like a full 7 days to run through scenarios and sort of see what sort of calculate things. But yeah, no, I have to admit, I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I love Axis and Allies. It's an awesome game. It's just really just because it just
stressful.
Well, it's nice. It's just the fact that it is very sort of tactical, and not so tactical, strategic. It's just there's a lot of stuff that you have to think about. It's not like you can't just focus on your land. You've got to focus on the bigger picture, because if you make a mistake, as we've seen, it causes knock-on effects, and that's it. So, but yeah, it's yeah. Well, we can switch it around. It'll be my first time ever playing the Axis, by the way. So I've never played the Axis ever.
I mean, I just don't know who I'm going to play.
But yeah, you're gonna have to fight. You're gonna have to fight over it now and stuff. Britain, I think, is the hardest to play, because they have to think across the entire board, and there's a lot of, because their forces are split. I suppose America's the same, but it's got. I think it's got a bit more leeway, because it can sort of see how things are going and then build up, react, whereas Britain's in the thick of it and you have to deal with it. Russia is literally just survival. Playing Russia's literally just put up as much guys as possible to stop the advance.
Yeah.
So,
But then again, I think that how you start off is pretty crucial as well, because like there's different sort of tactics. As you could have sat, like Germany could have sat back for 3 turns and collected and built up more units, but then Russia would have been doing the same.
Yeah, Germany had to do it.
I think that's usually what I have done, and I was like, right, no, I'm just gonna literally go, hammer and tongs, like just straight in for the kill. To be honest, like the first 3, possibly the first 4 turns were the most stressful for me, because I was sort of having to concentrate on both sides. I was like, I don't know what's going to happen here. And then it sort of got to the point where it was like, he just doesn't have anything to sort of attack along, the European
I think
coast or anything like that. And I was like, right, well, that's taken a lot of pressure off.
Yeah, I think there were it's like all the sort of like, there was lots of small units that could have been used, and it's very much, oh well, they're not doing anything now, but they could have done stuff later on, and I think those ones getting thrown away were mistakes and stuff. Like there was transports and stuff that could have been used, and like the French fleet as well and stuff that were sort of just suicided. Literally trying to sort of kind of get some knockout blows straight away to get sort of if they'd worked fine, it would have turned things, but they didn't, and that's it. But yeah, he's had us sort of on the ropes a lot, and it was like the shit talk was very much a case of getting back into the other chat and going, yeah, we're fucked. It was just like, yeah, I don't. After the sort of Pacific battle, it was just like, yeah, well, and there was other things like the Germany attack, not knowing that you couldn't go through Denmark was like, oh, we've got him here, and then you can't do that, and we're just like, oh, fuck my life, and I was just like, oh, I can't believe.
See, whenever you said about that, I was like, oh shit, that's right, and then I was like, actually, no, wait, hold on, and then again, like, it was Len who'd pointed out the difference, because I always only thought it was the Panama Canal and the Suez Canal that you could do that with. But
yes, well, I'm not sure if it's the new edition, but to be honest, I don't think I've taken Germany from that before. But yeah,
I think the last time you did it was Russia, wasn't it? You moved.
Yeah, Russia moved stuff.
Transported guys in there.
Len's tanks in Denmark helped as well, so him moving stuff up to support sort of put.
But see, that was the thing. That was one thing we sort of discussed. It was like for the first few turns was literally turtling up in Europe to sort of protect the border, protect the coastlines and stuff like that. And then also him sort of turtling up in Italy to protect the underbelly. But then once he sort of got control of the Med, it's like, right, well, he can start moving things north. Because that's where the sort of threat, or the highest threat of sort of any sort of landings was. But at the same time, we weren't overly concerned, because even if you did say take Denmark or you did take Norway, we knew that we would have got it back on on the counter attack on the next turn anyway. So it was just it was more of a hassle than anything.
Yeah. Yep. I will. I'll let Mr. Smith surrender, and then I will. We'll do our formal declaration in the main chat tomorrow.
All right, guys.
Yep.
I'll speak to you later.
Yeah. Good game.
Good game. Take it.
Yep.
Save it just in case.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yes. Well,
just in case.
I don't. I'm not carrying on. Stuart can carry on, but I'm not carrying on. I know when I'm beaten. Just.
All right. Take it easy.
See you later.
Yep. No.
Oh, I didn't save it.
Oh shit!
I didn't save
It's because it's me, isn't it?
Oh well.
Oh yeah.
Oh well.
Okay. We know.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's. Well, there we go, ladies and gents. Over and over.